Ben verip koydum.
Mhm. Dodoshiga qanaqadir xunuk havasli shakestir.
Yo.
Yaxshi orqalari qara ostashamadilar. Qaradilar.
Az Zevs'ten tushadi uka. Otish qimmatga tushadi. Faze clan.
Ne oqarmaydi, qarab turibdi-yu. Tak. Ovozim bilan bir. Chat. Bu yoqqa bundoq o'tkazamiz. Ketdi. 16-9 o'ynash qiyin deb. Full stackmizmi?
Full stack mısın?
Yo, full stack bormamizmi demoqchiman. Mid yo'q. Da, to'g'ri o'tiribmiz. Hammasi B keldi. Orqasida. Wo! Bitta ikkita odam o'ldirib yubordim. Ikkinchisi o'zimiznikida.
Zaten öldürdüm de be.
Da. Bitta o'q otib, ikkita odamni kallasiga berdim aka. Hammaga ham emas.
Les.
Qattiq mana aka. Ikkita pulemyot agi ketdi.
10 minutta boshlanishi kerak.
Opachali chiqib olib gapirib o'tiradi Zaynab qilib. Xitoylik harislar. Nice. Bittagina ada bor. Smokda bu yoqda. Chiqot, saytga chiqot, Cityga. Left, right. Right. Nice, good job. Assalomu alaykum, bratim. Qandaysiz? Assalomu alaykum, yaxshi, rahmat aytishchi. Ana. Ha. O'zi yaxshi bo'lasanlar. Ha.
Tezroq tugatinglar, ey.
Vallahi aka, hozir 10 to'g'ri shu aka. Bitta ham
Ya,
qarab
aman
turing,
qilsin.
o'yin olish olmaydi. Kamechib ketamiz.
Bechora Faze oxirgi 6 oyda hech narsa olmabdi. Yilda boshida
Yo'q.
turnirda yutqizib qo'ydi Spiritga. Katowitsda.
Na, ko'rdim. 3-0 yutqizmadi Spiritga. Nima smoke bu? City ketdi. Hujam. Sizlarda ham qor yog'dimi? Da.
Ancient bo'lsa maza qilib Ancient ko'rardik.
Ancient aka, qo'ying, Zaynab bo'ldim boru.
1x betasi.
Qon qor yog'yapti. Qon deysizmi siz? Qor dedi-yu. Loki Steve jigardiq qo'yadi. Sorry. Nice. Push qildi. Pulma? Ballaf. Ramp yugurib chiqdi boru smoke tashlab. Timing. Ozgina qotadi stream. Ot yili. Last apa, mili dodo shekamda. Ha, dodo shekakal. Men chiqmayman.
Example in terms of just his demeanor at this point, expecting more out of his teammates because he knows the pressure that Spirit has created for themselves with that blistering Katowice victory.
He might be the most stoic-looking 17-year-old I've seen so far in Counter-Strike, and I truly believe, maybe a couple of kids out there, but I really believe when they won Kato, you saw Shiro crying and weeping because of how much it meant for him, you know, leaving Cloud9 coming over here. It was Donk who was patting him on the back. It's all right, you know, we got it done right there. But the fact is, I don't think Donk really understood the implications of what he did back then. Now he's aware of it.
Yeah, and you can see the head-to-head record very heavily in favor of Team Spirit at the moment, but not that that's mattered to Faze at any point in this tournament. That's been the case for every team they've taken on right now.
Yeah, you can see the first S-tier tournament of the year was in Katowice, best of 5 final. It was, you know, the sort of breakout party for Donk and Team Spirit. And they went up against Faze Clan 3-0, really dominant sort of win for them. And interesting how we've come full circle, right? This being the first event, and now at the major they get to close out the year and probably with a bit of a different outcome, I imagine.
Well, let's see. We'll get into that in a moment. But let's talk about Rops. The reason Faze are ultimately in the finals is that their star player finally woke up. You know, we've highlighted Donk. The analogy over at Faze kind of has been, while Donk has been propelling Spirit forward, prior to this, Rops has kind of been in the shadows, emerged ready for the playoffs, and his numbers and production have been absolutely phenomenal. And without him, Faze certainly are not in the final.
Oh, 100%. And I think there's a switch that flipped for Rops. And I'll tell you when it happened. It happened in the final map against Furia, when it looked like Faze are going to be out. This is going to be the end of this lineup. And he just turned it on. And this is insane from Rops. This is the highest, by far, more than Donk, more than anyone in the playoff stage. He has put up these incredible numbers. This is like Rops of old, mind you, while doing it against Vitality, while doing it against G2 favorites for the major playoffs. He's come back when in the hour of need, the most dire hour of need, he comes and plays like this.
And one thing that I love that Dust, who's not on the desk with us right here, but he brought up and was sure to highlight every time talking about Rops, is that he's upping his entry attempt rate. Like, he is going for way more openers on T side in what was at times the worst of Rops in the months leading up to this tournament, where he felt a bit baby, kind of. People would attribute his characteristics to somebody like Blame F, for example, just always in the back line. Like, now we're seeing Rops actually take the initiative. If he sees a weakness in a defense, he's ready to strike without hesitation.
He's playing with a lot more confidence, and I can see this guy driving a Porsche. I mean, the older one, I'd give him a Yugo, and that's the way you feel like he's been playing. But yeah, much better from Rops, sort of at the final moment against Fury in that 2-2 game on Mirage. Played lights out, really propelled his team into the playoffs, and has upped his form ever since. Luckily for FaZe, the rest of the guys picked up the slack as well, are sort of delivering in their particular roles, and that's why we see FaZe in the grand final.
Yeah, and it would be remiss of us if we didn't talk about the IGLs. Obviously, Carrigan, you run out of superlatives to describe his leadership style, his tactical acumen, his ability to get creative with vetoes and create chances in series that maybe FaZe aren't favorites for. Over on the other side with Chopper, he's had this plethora of talent to work with, but hasn't delivered as many trophies as maybe you would have hoped, and he has come in for some criticism of late.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, people forget how, you know, Chopper's been around for a long time. Everyone remembers the Vegas Squadron times back from 2017. He's been grinding it out in that tier 2, tier 1.5 scene for years right now, and finally, even before Donk, let's not forget, one of the greatest matches we ever saw in a major was an Antwerp game, and it was Chopper going up against Carrigan as well. But finally, for him finding this piece, this weapon of mass destruction and honing it in, it seems like he's finally getting what he's been grinding up for such a long time. But you cannot deny, Connor said Crimson Dynasty that Carrigan has done. This is 4th major final across a span of 6 years. No one's ever done that. Like, that's just insane longevity as a player, as an IGL, and has done it alongside Rain as well. So there's some really cool storylines on both the teams here.
In terms of just longevity, I mean, Carrigan has Chopper completely covered in this regard. He's got him beat 19 majors to 9. He has 3 times as many major playoffs that he's actually gotten to. And in terms of how I would describe Carrigan, he's just the most pragmatic leader ever. In a moment, if he finds that something's not working for his team, he makes that mid-half adaptation. It doesn't even need to be a late-in-the-half call to change things up. If he immediately recognizes the game plan is not working, he will switch things up on a dime. And that's why we rate him so highly, because he can look like FaZe Clan first gun round. Wow, they're just going to get blown out of this one. Immediate 180 in terms of mentality, in terms of change. He's not only a great tactician, but a leader too.
Always cooking, never overcooking. I think that's the thing with Carrigan, right? Just an incredible understanding of every single matchup, the different matchups that he has, you know, going up against someone like Vitality, some inexperienced players like that, forcing it into Anubis as the third out of their comfort zone, right? Sort of playing in the mud, like we talked about in that game, panned out, right? Against G2, just dominant across the board. And I think really cannot be understated, right? The state in which FaZe was in coming into this tournament. We talked about Rops in that Furia game. FaZe was 1-0 down in that series, down on Dust 2 on the T side, and then Carrigan steps up with a couple of great calls and couple of rounds won by his play, you know, double entries in those mid to B splits. He really gave that energy. He bought enough time for Rops to come online and other guys to show up, and he's just so good at sort of finding that extra gear for himself when his team is struggling. Just give them a little bit more time for everyone else to get together, and again, an incredible run, especially considering, man, these teams have owned them all year long.
Yeah.
Vitality owned them,
G2.
except for which tournament? The Copenhagen Major. G2 beat them comfortably plenty of times, lost to them here in the playoffs. It's the same story with Spirit. Spirit has been owning them all year long, except for which tournament? The Copenhagen Major. Yet again, in the quarterfinal, where safe to say, Faze was the underdog. We just came from that Katowice final where they lost 3-0. So I think the players from Faze absolutely understand that this is a whole different ball game compared to, you know, your group stages and your other tournaments, even if it is a playoff game. And I think, unfortunately, it's something that's going to be at the back of the Spirits players' heads. And just psychologically, Faze has an advantage coming into this one.
All right, guys. Well, we are going to go to Shanghai now for the grand final opening.
Açılış.
Ot. Boshlangan sayki o'ynaydi, yana bitta bosqich ham.
Açılış. Bitta gol ko'rmasalaring keling, nafarlik gol ko'rasiz.
Ya, birla bosqich ham.
Nima kirmaydi hozir?
Ya, Dodoshaga ketdi, yana zonani o'ynaydi. Ayin bor. Otishiladigancha. 1-1. Elizdan turnir o'rasmiz. Hali vaqt bor. Frans. Hoş. Nima do'sh saytmi? Sayti.
Bir şu.
Kötü oynuyor.
Babayla çalışın arayla.
Simple'lı korizma oyununa ki. Boy oynadı Simple.
Kulıyordu onu. Show match oynadı.
Umuman Simple oyunu kopyası.
Ya bu show match'ta hiç kimse serialini oynamıyordu.
Bir emigratoriki entordan olsa fabrikçilarni ko'p gapiradigan gapi.
Yeah, bro. Anagrammaligini sezdirib qo'ydingiz.
Son ko'ramiz. Majbur. Hali beri boshlamayapti. Hech ochishtirardi ya haftada birga bir. Ochilishini ko'ramiz. Bo'ldi. Mana bunda ekranni o'layman hozir. Yilda bir marta.
Discordga berib qo'ydim ekranga.
Da shunaqa qilib Discord to'layman. Xo'sh.
Bir xil задержкада ko'ramiz.
Oppo eski Discord to'layman.
Rahmat. Yana ama.
Wow.
Bak, Dota'nın açılışıga yetmedi. KS'ga jicha bor Dota'nın açılışıga.
Bilev
Dota
orkestr emas.
целый orkestr olib keladi.
Ashula saptirski emasmi buni?
Вообще qiziq yo'q.
Bilanga qiziqda. Besh ovozini ochadi. Agar YouTube'da major skin sevdi, ban beradi. Yo, banaqasini qo'yamiz-ku reklamalarni. Ha, pastda anaqasini ham qo'yib qo'yganmiz. Abuser qilganiga oldi. Kirib ketgan vaqt. Aka, bizani ko'rsa 50 ta odam ko'radi zo'q. Nimamizga ban beradi? Ay, bratlar, ahay. Mashinani qarang. Sandoq. Mana ko'proq bor.
Bratlar yo'raveryapti bu qo'yni. Olib olsak. TI 12. Opening ceremony. Mana uni ko'ryapsiz.
Ashulasini qadrmi?
Dotanikini ko'ring ochilishini. Hozir CS ochilishini ko'ryapsiz, endi Dotani qarang.
Ochilish faqat shunaqa narsalar bilan ochiladimi?
Ya qarang, bular urvenda qilyapti-da. 5 ta cholni chiqarib qo'ygani yo'q.
Ashulani. Oh. Qaysidir anime deganmi?
Yo'q.
Faqat animedagi shunaqa ashulalar qo'yiladi. Lekin edit uchun zo'r ashula ekan.
Facebookga qo'yinadi, buni oldida.
Lekin edit uchun zo'r ekan. Boshi bor. Yigirmanikini qo'ysinlar. 20nikini qo'yar ekansiz, 220. Yigirma to'rtku.
Mana 22.
24 emasmi bu?
Qo'yma bu. TI 10 dedimi?
Boshi turibdi Germany.
Bab Dota urvenda ochiladi. Ochilish seremoniya balobattarlari. Lekin CS qiziqarliroq ko'rish. CSda dinamika katta.
Dota'da qiziq emas, qanaqadir ko'rish.
Dota futbolda qangida? 1,5 soat o'ynaydi, ursa 3 ta gol uradimi? Golda qiziq xolos Dota'da ham shu 5 ga 5 urishganda bir-birini o'ldirish qiziq.
Po'nyam. Majoriga kiraylik aka.
CS ko'proq basketbolda qangi.
KSda basketbol.
To'xtamasdan aqdan baqa yugurib yuraveradi.
Bo'pti, o'yinni o'raylik.
Hali boshlangan yo, undan ko'ra men sal nimaroq.
Mayli. Men hech ko'rmaganman-da. Ochilish.
只有 CS 才能超越 CS。
Now we end the
Oxana
year
boshlan.
exactly
O'billa brat
how
to'xta
we
yuroldi-ku.
started.
Zilgut
Spirit
tezmi?
and Faze fighting for a trophy, but this time it is very different. Yes, Spirit have learned a lot along the way. Faze though somehow powered up along the
Давай,
way,
Faze.
especially
Thank you,
on this playoff stage. One of those two teams will lift the trophy and be for sure showing their full strength and everything they've got to try and achieve the final glory.
没错，故事总是惊奇的相似。在
Boboy
年
chiqib
初，
gapirishi
他们
zo'r.
在总决赛上相遇，而在
Komandalar
年末，
nomini
他们
aytishi,
即将在
Ilchekar
上海
ovozini
的
bergan.
舞台上奉献出一
Dota'da
场
barcha
精
yo'q
彩的比赛。到底是有年轻的新人王 Dunk 带领的 Team Spirit 能够举起奖杯，还是由34岁老将 Kerrigan 带领的 Faze Clan 能够捧回荣誉？你们支持谁？ Thanks. I think we should check the audience which team they love the most.
Okay, let's find out which way it's going to go. Who we loving more, Shanghai? Is it Spirit?
Oh.
Pretty good.
Is it Faze Clan?
Böyle Faze fanatlar ko'paygan.
Quite a bit more for Faze Clan. You want to try one more time?
What about last time? Let's try it. 最后一次好吗？让我们把最热烈的掌声和欢呼声送给两支队伍。
中上
Let's go.
Spirit!
Oh.
Faze Clan. 好的，那就 Faze Clan.
O ne piksel? Titan tushirolmagan joyi.
好的，
Ana.
那接下来让我们来。
Qani?
Mana rasmda ko'rsatib ketibdi var.
Yo'q.
Titan hola tushmay qolgan. Yonida nipga kelib, Titan holaga o'tmay
Da
qolgan.
ko'rsatingiz.
O'sha screenshotini ko'rsatyapti.
Uni bir yil oldin tradelarni qabul qilib o'tiradi. O'sha meni videolari yoqadi menga. Bu 5 ga 1 yomon qilib chiqgan mana shu bor.
Never wake a dragon from its slumber.
Ha, chopper.
Sam kechaga chuqur mashina o'ynaganmiz.
Ma,
Inga premier
uxlab
matchlar
qoldim.
buni.
Now, burning
Hadi şu ekran
flames
logic
erupt
kultatlarga
from the depths of its darkness,
Tot 8
pierced
uxladim
by
men.
its
Yo'q,
terrifying
9
gaze
uxladim. Kino
and
qo'yib qo'yib.
roars that shake the very earth.
Polni 16-17 minglar bilan o'ynaganmiz.
Aha. Chopper.
Tremble, mortals, for the dragon has awakened, and despair is upon us.
Oh, Karigan. Yana qulog'im shab chiqyaptim. Sir.
Default bu.
Oh. Oh. Men Spirit bilan Jitoni finalda ko'rmoqchi edim, bor.
A warrior clan returning from hell on the wings of courage,
Sizni ko'rishingizga rohat qilib qo'ygan joyi bor ekan.
determination.
Mayli. Bular Karigan o'z to'rtigini kelib qo'ygan. O'shani ham ko'rsatdim.
Gap nechta kill qilishda emas-da. Gap kerakli killda qilish.
Ray.
Enchanted by mysterious eastern
Mani
wind,
kalashim
is
erkek-yu,
this
haqiqatan.
their swan song or the harbinger of another brilliant crimson dynasty? To all those who doubt them, prepare
Okay, nice.
for a red horizon.
Okay. O'qimayman. Astanaga boramizmi keyingi yil? Xudo xolasa boramiz aka.
boramiz.
Da, men borish
观
niyatida
众朋友们
o'tirman.，
在总决赛登场时，请举起你们手中的手机，打开
Bor
闪光
content
灯
gelamiz，
让我们为他们献出一点点星光和支持，好吗？
Oh, yes. Let's see it, Shanghai. Get your phones up. Put the lights
Hech kim
on.
gapirgani.
Let's light this arena up for our teams as they get ready to take the
Os
stage.
chiqadi.
好的，那我们现场的观众们已经准备好
Pichog'ini qarang.
了，
别别动飞
就是让我们有请他们 Team Spirit。
Mayli, mayli.
Pastdan yurib chiqadimi? Arenani ham uncha eplolmabdi, menga uncha yoqmadi arenasi.
Mayli, lekin yedirgan.
他
Chopper.
是 Team Spirit 指挥兼队长，华容道脑力王。
Endi
他的
Karigan
风格
chiqadimi
简
hozir
单直接
Faze?
有
最锋利的剑，
Branch
需
Ball'ni
要
Spirit
最
chiqadi.
直接的出招，这就是大超老师的
Ha,
战术
Faze
精
ko'tarolgan.
髓。
Chopperga qara. Maza bo'lsa kerak, shuncha odam to'g'risiga shunaqa yurib kelish, bay.
Carrigan!
Ayyo, bitta chiqaryapti ekan.
从 CS 1.6 时代
Kapitallarni
的狙击
chiqarib
手
oldi
到
mana
现
shu
在的
birinchi
一线
etdimi?
指挥，他身披无数的荣誉，只是有时从地狱归来
Nice.
才是 Faze Clan 的
Kerigan
基本
Talpan'ın
操
любимчиga.
作。Major 决赛上会再次上演吗？
Ha, bitti.
Endi Brock'e chiqish kerak. Shiro chiqqan
他
bo'lsa.
是上帝的信徒，他的大
orqadan
军稳
turadi
中求
lekin
胜
Frozen.
而他的 P250则是
Shiro
对
Talpan'ın
稳
ikinchi
制胜大
любимчиga.
炮 他就是白色死神 Shiro。
Yosh bolaga o'xshab ko'rinadi, lekin necha 20 necha yosh, 27 mi?
他是征战赛场8年的22岁老将，上海 Major 是韩王的首个 Major 决赛，他将首次向 Major 冠军发起冲击，欢迎韩王 Faze。
哦，Magic。
作为21岁的老将，半决赛面对 Mouse， 是他多次力挽狂澜救队伍于危难之间，他就是才皇鬼才 Magic。
Arena zırhlı kerak.
Да. Liquid.
Rain
可以在炙热沙城
2和
炼狱小镇等各种地图人工降雨。他是大场面先生，越大的场馆，他越会成为掌控全场的雨神。
Topa baqiradigan odamlar oxirida chiqadi. Hozir endi Robs bilan nima chiqadi va shu baqiradi. Broke chiqadi. Broke turibdi, pastda Robs turibdi.
在对手意想不到的时机和位置现身，人送绰号宗主，他就是。
Face clan. Hamma qo'llari bilan face clan.
Qanaqa otdi tushunmadim.
只要有吮指原味鸡，他就会发挥200%的战斗力。就是他创造奇迹之地。他的头上有光，他的名字就叫 Bugungi。
Bilaman, botda agar mana shunaqa joyga chiqqanimda tep ur. Mayda.
他是击穿赛场的超新星，年仅17岁，双手插兜的少年，在上海 Major 上打出了3个5杀，他就是宗。
Assalomu alaykum. Yaxshi, rahmat.
Robsga prям arena zirlash kerak, davay.
Gapirishlar ham boshqacha bo'ldi-ku. Svetlar ham boshqacha. Robsga
Bunisi bilan tegdimi?
他在1/4决赛和半决赛
Golning oxirgisimi? Shu bilan tegdimi?
是银河战舰晋级决赛的头号功臣，他就是 Robs。
Baqiryapti.
Sevishtirmadim adam.
Kapitan.
他要从2021年加入青训队教练开始说起，在他的带领下 ，Team Spirit 以拿下冠军奖杯。欢迎教练Hayli。
Keyingisi xudo xolasa Qozog'istonda bo'ladi, bormoqchimiz biz aka.
Hozir Navi bo'lganda Blade deganda Ves arena baqirar edi.
Da.
Blade'ga вообще baqirishadi.
Yo'q. Men Jel yoqadi, Bit yoqadi.
Mana bitta baqirib beradi.
Wonderful yoqadi.
他是团队的定心丸，有他在，地狱归来也势不可挡。欢迎教练 Neo。
Ko'zi quyida dishotgan.
Donk qarang. Hayajonlanib ketyapti. O'tdan-o'tga qarayapti.
Broki вообще chilgay bilan qo'l cho'ntakka solib, tak bemalol turibdi.
Mama cho'chiyapti ham zo'tib.
You've been playing against Faze this year, but this time something's different about them. Are you ready for this new and improved Faze?
Yes.
Banks 王问他说：“你们在过去的1年当中跟 Faze Clan 交手过很多次了，这一次他们似乎有一点不一样。你准备好了吗？”他说：“是的。”让我们问一下 Kerrigan。我觉得说太多都没有用，让我们直接把舞台交给 Kerrigan。This is your stage.
Kerak hech narsa deyishini keragi ham yo'q. Baqiraveradi hamma.
Yes.
他说：“是的，这就是属于我们的舞台。”那
两边的战队也是把他们送到对战席进行赛前的准备。Thank you.
Już ja prawda to jest.
Как всегда, доктор Вездок, отеля.
made
Biroz simple o'ynadi. Simple o'ynagan joyda endi
the
bular
teams
o'ynaydi.
have taken their seats, they get themselves ready, and now it's this match. But let me hear Shanghai!
Jinni counter'da
Let me hear you
o'tiribdi.
roar!
Normal.
Jinnisi.
I have one final question for you all. Are you ready?
We're ready, James. Yes,
Mujik.
we are. And what a great intro for
Ular,
all of
brat,
the
haliginga o'xshatib
players
yapman.
there.
Instagramda
A
men
memorable
chiqadi-yu,
moment,
katta
but
ochkada
now we
qolib,
must
mashinada
transition
yuradigan.
to the final
Hali
proper,
ertalab
and obviously
Toshkentda
we've got a veto
taxtga
coming in. So guys, I'm just going to toss this one out there to you all. Are we
Rusada,
going to see
yeah,
some
we-
more
we-
Carrigan shenanigans?
I mean, he's done it. He did it in the last major as well. Everyone remembers Vertigo. It's a deciding map coming in, and Carrigan, has been. This is when he brings out some of the biggest curveballs, right? When especially in a major stage in the playoffs. But that being said, I don't think they're going to try anything crazy here. I really feel, Carrigan. He's like, I'm not going to bring out Vertigo. I think that's a map Spirit might even pick actually.
I don't think so.
Ano,
I think they can
ushane
veto.
totala,
Actually, they can get away with the
you
Mirage
buy
veto in the
Sekda
first
var.
phase if they want to.
Chat,
I don't think
ushe.
Spirit picks Vertigo in the first phase, although I don't think Carrigan leaves it in the second. I think he would veto it out in the second phase. So either he does use his ban to ban something else, or he's just confident
regime
that
streamer
there's
yok
nothing
qilib
that they can't play Spirit against in this final. Even if he vetoes Vertigo, Spirit picks Mirage, they feel confident they can put up a much better fight than the last couple of times that they played.
The last time that they
Default.
played against each other at a major, Faze were going into that one feeling like the underdog,
Donc,
so they
futbol
had to
amadi
pull some
yozib
shenanigans with the veto, floating Vertigo till the very end,
Voilà,
trying to
Spirit
trap
formasi
Spirit.
bachi.
Not only do I think Kerrigan will
Ah.
forego
Arqadan
doing
shriftini
something
o'zgartirish
as risky
kerak
as that
olmaz.
this time,
Attack
I also
formani
think
o'zi
that
chiroyli
Spirit
chiqdi.
wouldn't also fall into that trap. They've
Shrift
learned from their
qanday
mistakes in the
deb
past. They're going to go
Menga
to their
shunaqa yeng
comforts.
kaltalar
I
yoqmaydi.
expected
Mana
it
buni
probably
zo'r,
be
qarang,
more
mana
along the
mashinasi
lines of
zo'r.
them going
Mana
with
TM
ancient,
turibdi.
Yengil
Fuji,
kalta
Fuji,
yoqtirib
Fuji
yubordi.
through. I don't
Mana
think they
yeng
want to
kalta
go
umuman
for a touch
yoqtirmayman.
pick on this level of stage.
I agree. I
Man,
think
yeng kalta
Anubis maybe
kiyim
is one
kiysam,
of the maps where
ichida yosh bola bo'lib
perhaps
qolaman.
Spirit might go their way, perhaps as a possibility. But in all honesty, Rich, this one's out. I think it's pretty open.
I agree with Maui. I think Spirit has learned their lesson from the last major. Like, we're not thinking about punishing anything. We just want maps that our players are comfortable on, and let's just battle it out, right? I mean, why would they not feel confident too with Donk on their side and Shiro having a really good tournament? Even the likes of Chopper and Magic step up in the Mouse series, right, to do what's asked of them. So we'll see. I think this one will be pretty interesting.
The possibility of Anubis is an interesting one, or as I like to call it, Vertigo. But we obviously know that Faze has played a lot of this map in practice. They had
Ma'bel berimi Xitoyda zakaz
even
qilishni
though it's
bilaman.
one that you wouldn't
Navinikini
usually
zakaz
associate
qildim.
with them. And this is what I mean about these Carrigan curveballs. I don't envy Chopper or the Spirit staff at all trying to preempt what Carrigan's going to do. I always feel every veto, it's in his hands.
You got to remember when they played against Vitality,
Original
they
this,
wanted to drag them to a place where Vitality.
Navi Shop original emasmi?
It's a map where it was a bit.
Yo,
Navi
ular
o'zini
o'sha
saytida.
Navi Shopda
Spirit, last
original
couple of
qimmat
times they
bo'ladi
played, They pick
domla.
Anubis. They won Anubis.
Yeah, I just feel like if you're Spirit, though, you definitely want to lean on Ancient. It has been
Navi
your best map
X
at this tournament so far. It's felt incredibly strong for them because they can just focus on Donk. Donk can just get into the middle of the map. And honestly, when it comes to Faze's pick here, I'm kind of siding with Nuke. I think what they've done on that map lately, sure, they lost it to Vitality, but they went for a short there. G2, they were able to dispatch of actually in a close, tense game, but one where the game planning just looked so strong. And really, on a major stage, if I'm Kerrigan and I have all these tools in my shed, why would I not?
Yeah, man, boy, my kid, Bruce Saxon.
I think if he actually puts Rain head to head with Donk on these outside fights, he's going to put a lot of faith into that.
Yeah, I mean, look, also, is there a map you can get to where Donk can sort of be ineffective or neutralized?
That was new.
It happened, yeah. Mouse did it to him on Nuke, and I think also one of the main reasons why Faze was able to best G2 yesterday was Rain getting the better of Nico. Exactly. That yard fight on basically both sides of the map, really, and we know how crucial that area area is.
Ah,
And here's
Mikey
around
che
from
don't play
yesterday, right,
Monacy
that
bilan
you
gaplashgan
can
Mikey.
see the score was 8-4 for Faze at the
Oh,
half. So
Constant
G2
Sam
wins 7
yig'layotgan
rounds in a
Mbappe.
row. A timeout comes in from Neo. What did him and Carrigan cook up?
Stream.
But you can see in the distance,
Stream
Rain
qoldi,
and
mo?
Frozen are towards Yar. Brokey with the C4. They
Stream qoldi, mo?
snuck behind Rain through their own smoke.
Stream
So
qoldi,
now
mani
you
ekranim mo?
see we can play the round. This is where
stream.
Carrigan and Frozen are going to start. Carrigan and Rob's going to start throwing the smokes for main and for window. So this is simulating rap, but rap heaven. Immediately they're going up. They're going to start throwing flashes to fake an ape. Oh, it's a fake rap. They're going to explode A. Right, Rain is then going to make sound as the one guy while Frozen is sneaking. This is going to trigger Nico. One guy is going to try and make a play here, walking through the smoke. Frozen punishes him. Rain is going up heaven already. Carrigan tries to make a play. He's going to die on ramp. To Monacy, G2 push door, trade 1-for-1, but now Rain activates. Mild caught completely off guard. They're splitting upper. Hunter shot in the back, and this is it. Monacy in a 1v2 that he just cannot win. And this is the sort of layers that Faze and that Carrigan have on a
Vertigo
ban.
ban.
Okay, it looks like we're actually getting the veto here.
Ancient
Spirit
ban
should be going with the Inferno ban.
Faze
And
the
yeah,
Ancient
we're
ban.
gonna see if
Mirage
Faze
ban.
actually go for that
Inferno.
new pick once again.
Oh,
or
Mirage
they're gonna
Tally
move to
Spirit
something else.
character.
You know, Carrigan's got a lot of
Also,
tricks up his sleeve,
Faze
but
Tally-
I'm really favoring this new pick, and they do go
بله
for
زي
it.
بالني
Yeah, and now
كلا.
for me the big question here
Ah,
is which
Spirit tala daki.
direction do Spirit go? I'm thinking Anubis could be something that can really go
Big
for. 'cause I
Faze,
feel like
girl.
Faze was
Team
something
Spirit
that
kata
was
başladı.
one, but
Okay.
Ancient is going
Big
to be the
Spirit,
obvious
Faze
one.
kata
So yeah,
başladı.
they're playing to the strengths, and I guess
Oh,
Ancient
Ancient, bana koy.
but that's
Yok,
what
işte
Faze
gördüm.
still.
بله حاضر Mirage قلدم آخرده.
I think if you're Faze, you ban Mirage, you play Dust too.
Oh.
Yeah,
Dust.
well,
Anubis
Dust,
ban.
dust.
yeah.
Dust.
I mean, for Spirit as well is probably a little bit of, hey, let's like, you know,
Nuke
they're
Ancient,
they're
dust.
hoping for
You know,
Mirage, but I think they know
Yapıyla
that
birbirlerine.
that was
Nuke
going to allow
Ancient
Faze
Dust
veto.
oldu.
So basically, Spirit with their veto are picking the map in that sense. Like if we veto Anubis, it's going to be Dust. If we veto Dust, it's going to be
Yeah,
Anubis.
I mean, what's the one way you want to lower Donk's potential output? It's you put him on a map where he actually picks up the op. Like, that's the one thing that's kind of awkward about Spirit, is that Donk very frequently picks up the secondary there, and he's okay with it, but he's so much better with the rifle. I really don't want to even see it in his hands.
Well, just get some initial reactions to the veto.
Brad
How
Lawrence
do you
line
feel
up
this
position.
one's gone? Who are we scoring A+?
I think Faze have kind of, I wouldn't
Oh,
necessarily say
kita
won the
başlayın,
veto, but I think
yani
they're going to be very
yarın
happy with the
buldu.
way that it's played out. Mirage, obviously, a map that Spirit have looked excellent in recent form. Nuke, as you pointed out, you also got to point out yesterday, the way Spirit were just manhandled by that Mouse T side. So many layerings, like the outside takes they were doing, it is kind of reminiscent of what Faze were doing as well. So I feel like Nuke 100% should be going the way of Faze.
I really like how Faze took this veto. I like how Kerrigan is going to trust his prep, because I'll say the difference between a good IGL and a great IGL, a good IGL can just come up with a strategy that's going to work against 70% of teams. Kerrigan is a great IGL. He's going to come up with a strategy that's going to work against Donk, just like he did against Nico.
And it's rounds like we've shown are the reason why Kerrigan has evolved into the best IGL when it comes to major playoff stage, right? It's just the ability to always find an answer no matter what the situation is. They were 8-0 down against Vitality, won 4 gun rounds in a row. They were 7-0 down on T-side on Nuke, still managed to get it done.
All right, well, let's yap in more clapping. We're going over to Sponge and Machine.
Kottalaştırıcı Oh.
Get this party started then. Is it really going to be the Faze fairy tale with a happy ending, or is this Shanghai Major Spirit's destiny? We start on Nuke.
Face Tactics. Hani? Oh, böyle ikide koçu.
Bunker çıktı.
Şu ramp oynayap.
Donk looking for trouble to start us off. It's
Ana bunker çıktı.
Oo. Ko'rmaysiz pastdan chiqdi qaytib kirib
Bunker chiqib borgani ham yo'q. Rampga yurdi ham lobbidagilar. Ikkita ko'cha o'ynadi.
Billa. Zadeshga bormi ovozda?
Da ovozga zadeshga bo'ldi hozir.
Audible drop from Magic's. Deception. Smoke. Yeah, it's actually frozen.
Frozen dimdan na ramp o'qimay. Uy, ovozga zadeshga bor ekan.
Nice. Zadeshga katta yana edi.
Stream do'zida bo'lyapti.
Pistol starting as they mean to go on here on their map.
This feels like an impossible retake for Team Spirit. Zontics gives it a go, but now Donk with that low HP feels like he just has to back off and hold on to the Kevlar.
Ovoz tezroq.
from
Buni
Carrigan.
o'zi keyinroq
Different flavors to it.
Basim keyinroq.
The yard surge, the pressure top with the hot molly, the flash towards ramp, the pivot back towards A, and the key kill.
Ovoz oldinga
was
o'tib ketgan,
Frozen,
bile.
able to
Yomon
gain
ko'raman
towards
shu
main,
narsa.
sneak through the smoke, and the fact that he kills the player top heart allows the rest of Faze to flood on out in towards A, get that bomb down, and it looks like they'll be keeping 4 alive.
Rostdan Twitch'da ko'raylik, Twitch yaxshi.
Donk saves. This top level of Counter-Strike. It's the second major for Zontics and Donk. They beat them in Katowice, sure. We are looking to finish the year as it started. But Faze have that experience over them. And that's been the conversation about Faze coming into the playoffs is, hey, they can turn it on. This is the team that has that layer, that depth, that gear that they mentioned within the interviews, and they've been able to find it.
113 mingta odam o'tiribdi.
So if you're able to toy with them early, force a lot of rotations, make them feel quite uncomfortable. We saw the masterclass that Mouse was able to dish out yesterday. Think about how isolated Donk was, a lot of flashes to deal with his position. They were nade harassing him, then he played out of main, then they used that to slip into the site. Mouse, it was a beautiful start to their series. It was just a miserable end if you're a Mouse fan,
Well, Faze know all about starting slow. How often have they been reverse sweeping, losing their map pick? Testament to their tenacity and their veterancy. I mean, we do have the wise veteran versus the young prodigy. I mean, this is a trope, but it is most definitely our reality as Counter-Strike fans in this grand final. Donk on our screens versus Rain and Carrigan. Two very different stories. One has only just begun.
Yeah, and for Donk, he showed some great resilience yesterday, second worst map of the year. And then bounces back and Ancient shows up with the team needs and Magics as well. The supporting cast was there. We learned a lot of lessons in their semi-final. This is the first major grand final for Team Spirit as org and all players. So their nerves are going to be through the roof. For Faze, well, most of them have been in multi. All for Carrigan and Rain. 3 for Robson. Roki, Frozen, this is his second time and second chance. Same round with a heartbreak in Copenhagen. Well, it will be Team Spirit on Big 4. Save Kevlar with a deagle behind it. Everybody else on USP. So really action on Donk. Are they able to grab him some information? Is he able to find a fight that favors him? Range just selling a little something outside with the smoke wall.
An incredibly diligent approach to a second round. Full smoke wall, Molotov secret. Action on Zontics. They're not taking any chances here, Chad. Flash drops into the Molotov, falls away. That's Donk's dig! Despite their diligence, he's done it!
İkincisini yanderdi. Shiro üçüncüsünü.
It's fallen apart at the
Brokli ham oldu
seams.
başta.
Nothing more than a sidearm. And the
Ay. Bile 1% ham olmadı.
and Rain has to try and
Bu
save
Rain
it,
ham
but
oldu.
with
O
fire.
zayıf.
Ekran off koydu.
It's
Yeah.
gone south. In Shanghai,
Voy anasını nima qilyapti da?
And this kid's going to have confidence against Faze. Lifted that Katowice trophy at the start of the year to announce his presence to Tier 1 and say, yeah, I'm the real deal. And he might be their absolute night.
Yeah.
Ovoz ochdi, ovoz ochdi. Ha, to'g'irlashyapti.
Bitta berdi, bitta yedi o'zi ham.
Down. This is the opposite of how Nuke started yesterday for Spirit. They won the pistol, lost the follow-up. Well, this time round they win the force. They scavenged themselves 2 AKs, 2 Galils. That's a thing of beauty.
trying to avoid Donk, end up running straight head
Yani
into
8
him.
zonada qoldi.
This is just the start.
Yo.
Hey,
Rob's not
Zaynab
going to be a
qoldi.
priority to defend here. Magix is tested, but Rob's unable to finish it off.
Cancel.
Makes that engagement comfortably. Magix.
Och, dimdi och, dimdi och.
Ot.
We'll push this straight into the loving embrace of that Galil. Optics would have wanted more there. Carrigan such low HP.
Carrigan low,
responded and sure, just catches Roki.
Nice. Lekin ovoz zaif.
Dip into control
Bitta ot Carrigan oldi.
and full control of Spirit.
O'zi birinchi marta ko'rib turgan odamga o'xshatma.
Have space, sure, but this should be the second round converted for Spirit and its Faze.
Birinchi marta ko'rib turganingiz yo'q, gaplar gapirasiz.
Men kerizga odamman,
Hop, o'sha birinchi marta ko'rganingiz yo'q, bilasiz, bular ko'rmasligini, bilmasligini.
Restrained approach from Spirit.
Babida.
Noted Magic down to
Turib bilad eshikka otib qolmaydi o'zidan
CT
o'zi.
spawn of Shiro just covering off towards that
Qo'ymasi bu.
held position, so this is looking very good. Time going to be an issue. Shiro should have Rain's number. Trying to force the rotation, but Magic's, he's not moving, still back of the site. Worst case, a Deagle bullet behind the eyes. and the bomb can go down. He has been spotted now.
Carrigan's closing that gap.
Vent düştü.
Seems aware of the possibility. Carrigan continues his crawl, has to hit this, and Magic's done. Lovely work, Spirit clean.
Nice.
As they convert upon the force buy of Faze and full control into the CT side.
Very well handled there. Not too many worries against that force whatsoever. Getting the sequel, getting the season finale.
Geçen yok 13'ü 2 mi 13'ü 3
would
diyor.
have had Faze, especially with the type of form they showed within the
Premier'de sana
last 6
kelabil
months
onu.
essentially. And even
6
coming into
milla,
the
15
major,
milla
it got
bile.
labored just to get to the point of the playoffs. And that's when
Hasan
Brox
Ege de
had to come
19 mi
alive
koyganlar,
against
10
Furia.
mi, 13
And since then he
mi,
hasn't
14
really
mi.
turned it off. He has been on in
Dozu
fine
şekerini
form.
koydu mu 8
It
milyon?
will be a
Dada
necessary
şeke
condition
geç
for
kırıp
Faze
kaldım.
today.
Husan Ege, Donyor Ege,
He's gonna
ben
try and pop out
Husan
hard with
Ege'nin
this one
yanıp
flash of Rob's
ortaları
in the
var.
backline. And he's going to
Oy.
do an awful lot of damage. Magic's is a chance for him to farm up a couple of easy frags.
Flash kill.
Well, great utility usage here from Magic. Just
Nice.
shuts down.
Nice.
Attempt to break into that top side.
Well, Carrigan said he wanted Vitality due to
Oz
its
Halyam
spirit.
not
Why
orada.
not make it the hardest major playoff run ever? Well, Carrigan's got what he wanted.
Öyle Magic tutuyor ne yapıyor?
Now the rifles come out, we get to see. Do they have a game plan that is also able to isolate and abuse that of Donk over towards Yard and Main? It's going to be tough to replicate because, sure, Donk was iced out yesterday, but he's going to learn from that type of a match.
Does that kind of thing happen
Kette
twice?
boşlaşmaz dedi abi.
He already proved he could, bounce back into the rest of the series, ending positive after a disastrous first map.
This buy for Faze still has a couple of emissions in the util department, so they're going to have to use this all picture perfect. Wonderful main smoke lands. Donk towards CT Red, just TP top, looking for a fight, and him against Rain, that is going to be quite the head-to-head, quite the duel, and we remember how that went down once upon a time. Donk just mowing players down through smokes. Would be disrupted, and that was something that was an issue yesterday for Spirit. The gun round took so long to get out because of these weird constant buys with MP9s, never full util. But right now, off the back of a force, they got everything they want.
Yeah, quite the opposite for Faze Clan.
Both teams have actually rallied through a lot of this util. Take a look at either side of your screen. You can see we're just working with a couple of flashes, smokes dotted for either team, and now towards ramp. They're going to try and pressure that of Zontic's domain, but it's Shiro, the one who's just blocked this. That minute mark now. Ping-ponging for action, looking for any way in our Faze. Now they set their sights on A.
Setup is potent. 3 players tending to this. Flash is good. Magic's not ready for it. Frozen falls, empty-handed. It's only one from Rob. And defending the side valiantly, Magic's again passes the test. Up against the guns this time.
Rain birinci kill
Rain was the late piece. It's head-to-head versus Donk. This one's just for survival. Who wins it? Donk does! Spirit 4 flying high to start.
And Rain 0 and 5, so he's going to need to turn that around just like he did against G2 yesterday. Faze broke G2's 8-in-a-row nuke streak to 2-0 that series, so potentially feeling some confidence and coming into this series, picking it. The desk we discussed in the video, is there going to be a curveball? Is there something funky? Well, Carrigan to back in his boys. And right now, well, they got the start they wanted. The follow-up was not. And really, that was saved Kevlar and a Deagle.
I'm still thinking about that round.
It's crazy that that round has had echoes of impact that has cost them 4 consecutive, and now the first gun round falling flat as well. So we'll just have to be a partial. Bit of pathing there. First player comes straight out, second ready for that top half fight. But Magic's, we saw him on Ancient yesterday. He needed to start moments when the team called upon him, and he definitely delivered. Faze have got themselves a whole bunch of smokes here, so likely to see the squeaky low smoke coming. Drops will blow open the door. You'll see a variation of a smoke ball towards outside. Do we see traditional? Do we see something of the diagonal? The Rob's going to throw out that low smoke.
Streamimizi gördüm biraz.
Looks like just going for the old school standard.
Oyunda ama was Discord'da ama was mikrofonda ama was.
Donk has got the HE.
Aynen var.
Secret kutuda oynap Buran İspanya. Otket.
Noisy. Very noisy.
Chopper.
Full back now, back to single door. Zontic's as well. Established the crossbar, but
Donk. Tepeş kısa buladı endi.
Demon down.
Keç evci, rast şuna oyun kaldı.
pivot top would be a test on Magic's once more.
Tank bekor tushib berdi.
Kerrigan starting to worm through ramp as
Kerrigan
well.
o'zi devetga chiqsa, chopper to'shash kerak.
Chopper's going to maybe catch him with the back turn. He does. Powerful reposition and profits. The vent Brokey with that AK-47. Rocks to burst out of the hut, spamming smokes, distracting Magic. Still though, Stalwart on the site, and Shiro to support.
Nice.
Oh, the shot connect! Brokey brings down Shiro. Rain has got the bomb going down. It's a 2v2, leaning towards Spirit here. Kits are present. Coming in from Squeak. Last seen ramp, Chopper maneuvers towards the squeaky door. Bides time, Zontix on his approach towards
Shu
him.
joyda donk tushib bo'lib bermasligi kerak edi.
Ring bashelo olib ketsa bo'ladi uni.
Tepaga yo'lda ochib
Brokey
qo'ydi.
trying to stay active, trying to catch one off guard. It's Chopper clearing as well. And they do hit the first. Brokey in the clutch. He's got 5 bullets to work with. Changes that. Chopper, high pressure, no smoke. He's holding it. He's holding it.
Whoa, Chris.
Arena baqirib yubordi. Arena baqirib yubordi. Arena baqirib yubordi.
Arena bilan o'ynadi.
Arena o'zi baqirdi.
Right, tense moments there, but Faze pivoting up those vents is something they had done yesterday.
Man,
as well,
Arena
so under
bilan
pressure
o'ynadi.
against the clock. But right there, Donk has gone for a rotation that you're going to have to question. He's gotten off to a good start, had some really big impact, and the reason they have 4 rounds to his name. But they knew they were down secret. They already had 2 players down towards B. He didn't need to make that rotation. Not only did he give her his life, he gave her an AK, and you just saw how powerful that AK was for Brokey to secure the second round for Faze. So a bit of a misplay as far as the rotation is concerned from Donk, but potentially no harm, no foul, because they can't get in the full buy. It hasn't ruined their finances, there's still money to work with. But he's in the mindset of, I'm just going to take care of these boys on my own. Those oversteps might be the difference maker.
Yeah, it's that risk-reward ratio. This one absolutely not rewarding for Spirit. Brokey makes that one kill. That's his first death on Donk. The first time you brought down Donk, and it does conversion.
You can see him get fired up here. And Brokey, when you get him in front of the camera doing an interview, he's not the guy who's going to be giving you the most intense interview. But in the server, you get to listen to his comments that Faze put out.
Kecha Donk Shiroda avfdan olib yugurib chiqqan. Garajda.
The way that he's able to express himself through Counter-Strike. He's a different man.
Shiroga avfdan berib oldi
Shiroda. Put Faze's plan back to bed with a strong round here. Shiro breaks smoke. I think to report, he's ready for this potential engagement towards the silo player.
Waiting for the red.
Spotted out now. They have info on top. He will have to dip away.
Koktu üstüge çıkıp etten seridan gitmesek.
These are rap smokes.
Ko'rdim.
Otomiydi.
Froza. Chopper'ni bilmaydi.
Chopper turishini qarang.
Chopper'ni bilmaydi. Brokey.
Nice. Hali ham bilmabdi Chopper.
Yo, info.
Yo, ikkinchisidan keyin.
Nice, devetkan tagidalar.
A brawl in the yard, and only Zontix remains. Can he do anything to stop Rain? They're not in any hurry here.
They know it's the ramp player as well. Rops is investigating that territory. He's going to be calling sector clear. Now, Rain needs to get across, potentially a double swing, or allow Rops to play around the world to clear this out. He's either drop down B, coming up secret, potentially vent, or right now sitting in lockers.
Oh.
And now the information Rops can punish. Faze Clan making a one-round game.
Brokey avib
There's a brawl on yard right there. Those AMAP smokes came in to help them wrap. A couple of really nice shots there from Rain to help enable that. And if he can get on form and getting to tussle against Donk, well, the age discrepancy is one thing, but in terms of the pedigree that Rain can deliver on this very map, major MVP to his name by being the master of this domain. He's going to have a tough day at the office.
Boys.
1 round gap now. Money's still there. Spirit can buy once more, but they will be broken if they drop this.
Shu round Spirit olmasa Eko'ga ketadi. 5 shoot oldigani. Potensialni.
Quick on the pacing.
Straight across, no smokes. Don't catch a whiff.
Ko'rdi Donk bittasini.
You overreact to this. Chopper has dipped down the fence. Doesn't have a smoke to block. Boost. Frozen. Rain.
Why?
Yeah, would have heard that, so knows that 2 players are down secret. So piecing together the information now are Team Spirit. You sort of work with for Faze. Still got a couple of smokes, flashes, Molly's in the mix. Brokey with the bomb posted silo. He's been there all round long. So hoping for some form of a re-aggress. But right now, Spirit, they have the information. The AWP that's been over the ramp, he hasn't swept back. And Zontic's the one to deal with Heaven/Hell. Change of plans for Faze. 50 seconds. Feels like they have ample time to work with.
Putting a lot of faith in Rob Solo on lobby hold. Chopper is starting to ask questions of that secret stairs. Giro has rotated down as well. This would be death sentence for Frozen Peak.
Oy, хорош, imba molik tushdi. -40 molik o'zida.
Magic's an important trade. Carrigan starts to search.
Tough crossfire.
He's not going to rate the crossfire whatsoever.
Ana.
Finding the double kill could be
Oh,
more. Brokey forced into just the pistol. Has his AWP as well to work
Robs
with.
Brokey. Rain Brokey.
Brokey going to clear him out. Does have to plant the bomb in 14 seconds. Rain has to cover.
Rain, eshidi qara.
Rain has to hit this shot. Delivering time after time.
Shiro safe AWP. Bormaydi bu klachga.
Known for his clutches.
Kecha lekin G2'ni bitta xatosini yutqizib ketdi. G2. 4-5 qolganda safe bordi-yu.
Yo, aytdi.
Olaverdi, bitta rasmga yo'q edi aniq. Faze.
Having a look, went fishing.
Bormaydi, Shiro
Give
bormaydi.
this one over and Faze battle fourth. It's these two, Brokey and Rain. The impact of the shots that they're having. Brokey getting this one started with that 4K. The kill on the donk, the picked up AK. Then the impact that followed, and now Rain's hitting some instrumental shots while they are just sprawling. They're like weeds over towards Yard. They're everywhere.
Okay.
Spirit don't know what to expect. And now we're tied up 4-4. So Faze,
Turga
after a
olib
rocky
ketdim
start,
hozir.
pistol, and then the deagle, the donk happens, you feel that, uh-oh, you might be getting that repeat of Kanalimizga once more, the donk domination. The ticket to the donk show. But they have been able to turn their fate around. Important cover there from Rain. And now it is that save Shiro AWP. The ability to get some rifles dropped across, so not too down in the dumps. That lost burn is building at the perfect moment to help them out. They even get 2,900 into the next. Ali back with the second timeout within this half, so really not liking how this one slipped away. And when you remember how they got here, it's tough. This is where the experience versus the inexperience can start to creep in.
Alohida TeamSpeak bo'ladi Discordda.
Favorites here in Shanghai, favorites in China. CAC last year they lift the trophy. Chengdu this year they lift the trophy. Now Shanghai.
Home soil for them. They're home away from home.
Endi ovoz yo'q o'yinda.
Endi ovoz yo'q.
They do it when it matters most. They certainly have so far.
This is what felt rough for Spirit yesterday where they
ovoz yaxshi.
MP9s, 2 M4s,
Hayot yaxshilanib ketdi qanaqadir.
Vash 0-0 bo'ldi.
Momentum has shifted. 3 in a row now for Faze. Can they make it 4?
Fair.
Spirit made it work with just a Desert Eagle and USPs. I'm sure they can make it work with this diverse cast of weaponry. Late smokes being sent out by Carrigan.
You know the orbs in
Wow.
G'alati o'tiradi.
Minimal
Carrigan qarang. Nimasi?
Ruby. Karambit Ruby minimal vermadi. Qani ko'rsat.
Spam does not connect. Donk.
Shiqtirilgan Ruby. Qirilgan bo'lmasligi kerak.
No HE available from him.
Minimal ver qirilgan bo'lmaydi shekilli unchalik.
Ruby o'zi ham factory new bo'ladi.
And just denied. Does them dirty on the yard.
Bitta donk qilib beramayapti.
2 down for Faze Clan. The whole objective was to set those 2 up, and now Donk has changed their plans.
To'polon
Very tough situation. Faze have their own financial woes to worry about. Only 1,400 loss bonus into the next. So they're going to give this one.
Mana shu kalash bor, hozirgi ayb power yopishtirilgan.
Searching out Squeaky is Robs. He needs to find a
Buffy
decision.
sotuvda turibdi o'sha.
Xuddi shu bo'lmaydi uka. Hech qachon bitta skin ikkita bir xil bo'lmaydi.
Donk positioned at the back of the site. They've hedged their bets correctly. There should be nothing here for Faze Spirit. Set up by the Donk double. Magic will put the cherry on top. Finish this one up clean.
Robs.
Just Robs to go. It is a Spirit round. A clean one at that.
Yeah, beautiful work there. A massive round, and Donk just catching Rain on that slip. The second one on the Brokey was the thing of beauty, stalling out any of that yard progression that Faze were looking for. And they have humbled those finances, so they get the upgrades away from the MP9s. The AKs sprawling within those hands now. Just catching a little look there onto Brokey, trying to cross it, the fade of the smoke, and that topside defense. So reading them well, not overplaying their hand, not sticking around, playing that one by the book. Great job for Team Spirit.
Very lightly invested into this one. Rops. Deagle buraya ko'tarib. Voy Rops, ikkita kalla bersang yetadi.
Round or two more, I think, 6 on the half for Faze. That's going to be more than fantastic. 4's already pretty good. 5, I think that's going to be the line that they will be wanting to reach.
Kergen nojini ol. Nojini bitta ko'raylik.
Get yourself, well, 2 more real opportunities to do so. Buy into the next, and then the force for the final if things don't go your way.
Ana Iber Power 3 ta jignitasi qoldi. Start track.
Ya endi boshqacha ekan, boshqacha. Unda qo'l olmasa gano ko'zli bor. Keyin 2015. Ayo 2014.
Great restraint on this incendiary usage. They'll happily take the fight. Donk will throw his out.
Abu bugun yugurib chiqib basharasiga qarab otib turardi. Chiqajon devordan otmaysiz-ku. Bilmaysan devordan otishdi.
Hozir shunaqa devordan otaman.
Basharasiga chiqasiz. Normallikda bo'lib ketsin. Taymingda shu oldi deb qo'yasiz. Taymingga o'zga bergan bo'lasiz pulingizdan molik bilan.
Dek 9 bor.
Why?
Nice.
Takes the free upgrade, takes the round.
This is going to be a tough buy round still.
Yeah, a pistol round up
3.9, they are going to buy, so they're going to go for Galils in lieu of those AK-47s where necessary. Util is going to be the bigger issue. So what is Carrigan be able to call without the full belts on all of his players? Now Frozen, as we mentioned, second major final for him. Can't wait to see him get activated. Currently 1-9. Robs has been that revelation late. He's back in that superstar form. It felt like he forgot who he was for a moment there.
Uçağın o'zida 4 ta dem yotibdi. Ахуеть. Ops через dem urib qo'ydi. Oldi. Wow, Broki. Broki ikkinchisi. Broki avopasini oladi.
Oh, there's a lot of problems here if you dare rotate down this vent. You've got you booked. Chopper bait.
Kattadan aka bitta harf xato bo'lsa ham tushmaydi.
But still, Broki is having to get down towards the B side.
Voy, brat. Yurib turgandagi.
Makes this round a whole lot more realistic.
Da shunaqa copyright
qiladi. Tasked with closing this one out. This is a must win.
Bibla bomba teksturani pastga kirib ketdimi?
Hozir bitta chaqirib
through his fingernails. Can he count on Robson Ray? Chopper maneuvers forward. It's a big head-to-head, and Rain wins it. Only Donk remains, and he hasn't got the time. He hasn't got the time, he hasn't got a head. Robs removes
Qamoqdagi ulguram rampada. Robs to'g'ri yurganda ulgurar edi men.
As soon as that fight goes down, Zontic swings in towards radio room. They know that there has to be the AWP there, so Faze doing a good job to be able to swarm Shiro and make sure only one frag. It's all about its opener from Robs. That's what's disgusting. Robs has been a bit more aggressive. That one coming just on the top of the smoke. There's some really good work for him and enabling his team to get into the round and closing it down, making sure that Donk can't isolate the door swings open, bullet in the back of the head. And Faze might be able to tie things up 6-6 in the half. Both teams with buys.
Broki's been instrumental for them this half.
I think they've fluffed the smoke wall here.
Carrigan's mine. He's going to try and take that fight. Oh, Carrigan versus Donk. And the veteran reigns supreme, but in the meantime, Spirit sees the lead. Chopper onto Robs cleanly. Charging, stampeding towards this B bomb site. Chopper looking to brave the vent. Zontic tends to it from ramp. Pressure on. Zontic's forced away by the flames. Chopper trying to disrupt. No one's covering. No one's looking. And Chopper can't finish. Zontic's done.
Yeah. Sal qoldi, nojlab borardi.
Magic secures it. It is a 7-5 half.
Asha tez round o'ynadi.
Right, looks like we got a competitive game of Counter-Strike on the cards.
That had a very unique flavor throughout. You win the pistol, second round goes Spirit's way. Are Faze happy with 5 upon review?
No, for sure. I think obviously losing that second round to the Deagle at Donk and then them going on the spread, that was the issue, but they wanted one of their own bank. Right? Donk rounds are going to happen. You need to be able to shrug them off. Brokey's the one that made the statement piece of that first half that FaZe could be proud of. The Tech-9 on his rotation down the vent, that opens it up and it starts putting rounds on the board. So 5, if we're looking at the T side of Nuke, that's more than enough for FaZe to be able to work with. Now this is where Rain gets to put on his masterclass towards outside. You're going to have Rops over towards ramp, Brokey is the rotating player on that AWP. Then you're going to have Frozen and Carrigan to lock down the top side. They won against G2 yesterday. They lost against Vitality, but Rops are still playing extremely well. Looking at Spirit, they're on a 3-map losing streak on this very map. So looking to break it to put themselves 1 up on the series on Faze's choice and move into Ancient, where they looked absolutely dirty against Mouse. Buys are in, smoking a flash for Chopper, a P250 in the hands of Donk. And not Shiro. We've seen Shiro do some nasty, nasty things with that at this major cycle. Dual Berettas for Frozen and Brokey. Carrigan will get into a flash after those pistols have been piped into their hands. And searching straight away, Brokey taking some liberties.
Getting early answers on a pistol can be the recipe for success. Flash to search, Rain dips back. Carrigan is going to spot that cross secret. Could be his demise. Gets, oh, well, just a glimmer, just a glimpse.
Yeah, brilliant timing in the Frozen.
Good fight back, Rain goes down, falls. The hands of Dom. Brokey's dual Beretta moves to activate, tries to isolate Shiro. His next challenge, can't he whittle him down? He does.
Bomba şurada, çıkarıya kırdı ya.
Behind Zontix. Are they ready for this? It looks like they are. Brokey
Donk, 2'ye 1 clutch.
bests him. And now Donk thrust into the clutch. What's he got? Gets past. Thank you, made. Cuts noise. Do you dare follow me?
Neydi?
Question Donk asks, fakes the steps away, trying to play these wicked games on the biggest of stages.
There's so much time, they're going to wait for him to go for this plant or fake plant. Bomb going down now. The chase is on.
Yeah, trying to play together. Play instant one tap to the head of Brokey. Robs versus Donk. Has he got it in him? Can Robs do it?
Ah, no. Var ya, clutch oldu.
Bence bana aşağıda topalan gerekti.
Oh, the monster with the aim. This kid is something to be feared. Something that has to be witnessed to be believed. Opening rounds and now closing them too.
Kaçak karavaş Carrigan'la kilige kızıksam var. 4 kilde yürüyen bu at. Anasını es.
Of making history today, if Spirit lift that trophy, it'll be the first for the organization. And Donk, well, he very well could be the youngest MVP in major history and the youngest winner of a major.
Bitti rekordunu vurmoqchi ekanda. Bit 18 yoshda yutgan majorda.
They don't have a deagle.
Donk 17 bo'ladi.
Going to be replicating how things had gone down.
2006 mıydı? 2007. Böyle как Yamal 16 yaşta anakan itti. Euro 2020 doğru. 16 yaşta.
Suffocate heaven and hell, and it's just frozen up ladder who can't really stay up there.
This is a valuable asset though. Robs and Carrigan cool lobby clear.
Yeah, but right now, as far as the finish is concerned, top side can still be overrun.
Yeah, for sure.
There's U2 on Magics, he can use the smoke towards
Oku yaptı, Divetkan küçü yaptı iki kişi.
So 5-7 and MP9. Nonsix is coming back for this lobby fight. What's Rob's got? Shadow advantage, one thing, and the headshot's another. And this is that combo. Brokey, what can you get done? It's one from Brokey, nothing from Frozen. The site collapses. Rob's whereabouts known. Galil finds him.
Rain.
Gets one, but it's all good in the
Çekiç çıkış gereği gidi. Kalaşını alıp benimle oynasa bular.
Things are ticking along nicely for Spirit to start strong on Faze's pick.
Yeah, just having a real tough time as Frozen still 2 and 13. He needs to find that second piece of that kill. Brokey gets the first, then he goes down. Frozen, they know he's there because he started shooting, but these are where you need the individuals to step up in rounds like this. I know we're sitting there and criticizing he doesn't get that kill, but they are the difference makers. It's a force fight. You can see why coming up ladder with rifles is so effective. You know, sure, they had the lobby space, but that's not where the real hit is coming from whatsoever. The rifles get to take the fights at range, and oh, this is a classic. This is an absolute classic right now. Dropping an M4 for Rain.
Oh, he's ready for Donk. Beautiful dispatch. The greatest threat. Eyes on Ross. And bullet on him too. That was a very quick reaction. Magic's having one hell of a start.
Brokey Devs. Şu bir ortasını bırak.
Zeus oyam.
Da.
Wow.
Audible on the ladder.
Say that again. 21.
Oh.
Shuts down Rain. That was their best gun. The M4 goes down empty-handed.
Yeah, disjointed. There was nobody there to take that rifle.
Hey,
There
but
was
the
nobody to try and get that information for him. So Faze.
Zontik skoldagi fate mi da?
Yo.
This hero rifle.
Yangi
Throws a
chiqdi.
chance to do something.
God,
Ah.
look at their awareness.
Sağ tarafa
Sontic
yetişkenlenme.
crouches into the
Yeah.
angle, finds the
Sağ tarafa
headshot
bakmaz.
insta.
Ah.
Despite removing Donk, this one sails through once more, and it's because we know the supporting cast of Spirit are most definitely present. We touched on Magic's, his output's crazy, his KD is crazy, 21 and 6. You got Donk, sure, but it's also Chopper, two
Ne
valuable
Brooklyn full
multi-kill
back
rounds.
orada cinni.
And for Faze, it's just
La payqama.
hang around, talk it out, see if more classic Faze resilience is available into
Bye-bye.
this CT half.
This is going to be
Давай,
very
çıklar.
back, right? We just had that hero M4 drop from Brokey given over to Rain. They get a kill with it, fine. That's why Karrigan's holding on to this Mac 10. He's likely the one to take the sacrifice into the next, so he'll give a rifle over to Brokey, something to work with, unless they're given another gun. And that's only if someone wants to pipe their head up the ladder. Brokey trying something.
Vay böyle zespray bir çormaydı
Karrigan
mı?
really need to hold on to this.
600 600 ham olamadı.
Ya öldürüp gitti.
Sure, a little bit of damage financially
okay.
speaking with them going down to the bomb, sure. Is Brokey going to maybe operate with a scout instead so he can still fulfill his duties as a rotator, but it's not going to be easy for
Halpan
him.
içinde hiç kim qaragani yo'q edi buni shaga yugurib
Looks
shu
like he
bittasini
has to
zepslash
set up
kerak
with
edi.
a rifle, so Karrigan is going to be operating with just an MP9. The leader taking the sacrifice for his team, but Spirit off the back of that pistol victory, 2 follow-ups. Right now they are set to close
Biraz
down
öyle
map number 1
fikirde
and take us to
koramadan.
Ancient, just 1 map away.
Ha. Oy.
Has to be now. Rain getting pressured from every
İşte
angle.
madem.
Chopper has slipped past. He's got him completely dead to right. Doesn't finish him off. Covered now by Brokey. Rain and Brokey do
Zor
succeed.
şöyle
Oy,
Starting as they
çıkıpı.
need to go on this yard fight. Magic's limping. Donk across. Karrigan burrowed.
Kerrigan ushisa.
Corner. Zontic has been so good on his clears. Will he do it once more?
İkincisini yap. Bomba secret.
Shuts
Ki
it
bakayım
down.
kamı diyor.
Only Donk remains.
No rifle, no problem for Karrigan. Massive double
Davay
kill.
Donk 5 ga 1
Just
qilar.
that crowd surge to expect something on his way. Peaks first, gets the
Tu-
multi.
şu yarım
and just
geber
leaves
buluyordu,
Donk in a
5 geber
1v5
olmaz.
situation.
Endi.
This is the first brick.
3'te 100
in a
qıpı,
wall for a long
ikkitasi
way back
50
for Faze.
qıpı.
The blue wall, the CT
Birga.
side that they're going to have to muster to try and just tie
Şu yarım
things up.
geber davay.
And how much
150
damage
xıpıga
can Donk
qarshi 100
do?
xıpı, davay.
50 seconds for him to work with.
Tak bitti headshot edi ağzı.
Now his position noted.
Bittasini bir o'ynasini shiremiyor.
Faze clan clearly not trying to play
E, bab
scary.
qalashim.
Decoy.
Dotting the clock further, every engagement he loses health. 35 and down. Frozen makes it so, finds himself
Kalash
out.
değiştiriyle, kalash
Alive as
değiştiriyle.
well. That is the start of their CT campaign.
Only the third kill for
Bozarlı.
Frozen, a confident one. I know that he was in a 1v5 situation there, but still just braving it, you know, with how the aim's been going for him. Could be wondering,
Şimdi
not really
kimni
wanting to take that type of
baqashyapti?
engagement. Still, it's a very little sign, but hopefully one of things to come. Fortunately, right, they're covered off by Brokey because Chopper had space. Rain had no idea about it. So Brokey was the savior of that situation. But a spotless round for Faze, and it's necessary that it was in that fashion. It helps them with the residual cash, and also feels like it's applied some pressure to Team Spirit. Halley will take his third and final tactical timeout. It'll be up to Neo, or if we make it to overtime, for him to be able to call another one of those. So what adjustment are they looking for? Or what conversation are they having about the force, as you can see on screen right now, that's taken shape? Sure, there's AKs, there's pistols for Shiro and Zontics to work with, and there's more than enough smoke to try and force these rotations. Rain taking a moment to take it in. A familiar field of play for Faze.
Quite the opposite for Team Spirit.
And it really just felt like the final hope and a prayer. Neo, I think he called this team Faith Clan, right? They come into this level of competition, and hey, the one conversation we have is, yeah, but it's Faze. They can always turn it on when they get to the stage games, and they have delivered. Right now, in the grand final, they lost to Na'Vi in Copenhagen. They're going to lose to Spirit in Shanghai.
Started as he opens up onto Rain. Gives the AK to a healthier member. Job done, mission accomplished. Rain no longer a threat. Karrigan could be. He spams the smoke, does not connect with Chopper, but it's only Chopper.
What's the response to being a man
Frozen'ni
down?
force'ini baqirayotgan ekan
Robson's going to
jinnada.
get help of Brokey. Maybe the two of them want to try and take some space on ramp. But there will be questions that have to be asked and answered for Faze shortly. They know they've lost this yard control.
Rob's known to be that round player. Can he lock it down?
İkisini olib ketishing kerak. Ikkovi birga bo'lib 3tasini olib ketishing kerak. Bo'ldi dedim.
Another big one from Magic. Opens up round. Carrigan sneaking down the vent. Chopper.
O'sha yerda ikki kishi turib 3tasini olib ketish kerak edi raundga tush.
Davay, forsen.
Quiet start on Nuke for him.
Again, I think it's a positive sign that Faze kept everybody alive last round. Even though they've gone down and lost the lion's share, and then maybe they even lose Frozen here as well, they still can buy with the loss bonus into the next. So it's not hopeless just yet, but Spirit are looking extremely strong right now. And that was Donk getting an opening towards Yard that essentially determined the round. He goes down on ramp. I think Carrigan thinks, okay, that's their Yard player. Maybe no one slipped down secret. I'm going to try this rotation because we're desperate. Chopper lying in wait. Knockout blow. Round done. 11 locked for Team Spirit.
I love the point Yanko made as well on the desk regarding Donk is that he's also going for those openings. He is the aggressive rifler as well. So to be having stats like he does while going for these kind of what most would consider 50-50 duels, trying to be that space maker. Success after success around we can attribute to that opening. Converted upon by his team.
We think about the two big impact rounds that he's had in this game so far, and there's probably a few more, but it's the pistol round in the second half is a clutch. That's fantastic. That set them up for this string of rounds where right now they are 4 out of the last 5, or 4 out of the 5 rounds played in the second half is probably a better way to frame it. And then the Deagle round in the second of play, where he kept Kevlar, he gets them 3 kills, and then they go on a spree of 4. So you can see what he's helped enable. Magix has been able to mop up the mess in certain situations. He's been great over towards that top site on the CT half. So between the two of them, they are taking care of business, and now Faze are under pressure, taking their time out.
First defensive AWP out of Brokey. If he can ply his trade. Been great to see his resurgence alongside that of Rob's, of course. Rob's with some crazy statistics in these playoffs. But Brokey's AWP also an integral component for this FaZe Clan machine.
Well, both these teams have had up and down years. Both have had their highs. FaZe starting as one of the best teams in the world. That Katowice victory propelled Spirit into the tippy top of the Counter-Strike conversation.
Look at Donk just immediately starting to ask questions at round. Now, he's likely not going to be walking through Robs' smoke, so a pivot. Yard, Brokey stays vigilant. Robs is starting to descend and head towards those stairs.
Another question was if Rob's going to be able to keep up that mammoth form. So far, he hasn't been able to find himself activated within this game. Not too late just yet to do so. Here is the smoke. Brokey spots out U2 flying through the sky.
Spam with his 4, shot of a 4. Do you overlook that potential on Secret? Donk does not. Throws out the Molotov, but it is, once again, not going to go. Yard. Constantly keeping FaZe Clan guessing. Zontix searching trouble with the Molotov, but ahead of it is Zontix. Smoke to block. Frozen falls away with a scrap of HP to remain. 50 seconds to find the finish. Man advantage FaZe.
Chopper trying to call this one on the fly now. Plan's been scrapped. Heading back towards Yard this late. Robs is clearing it. He might get a face full of lead.
30 seconds. His position. Hinges on taking an early engagement. Down goes Donk. Shiro will trade. 20 seconds. Spirit forced to improvise. Into the low HP of Frozen. He's in a lot of trouble here. Can he get anything done? Tucked into the CT vent. First contact from Rain. Jiggles to confirm. Frozen hoping to be overlooked, and he does get it. Takes down Shiro. Magix remains. No time for him to work his magic. Dips away as FaZe sees a 7th.
Oh, that was still very touch and go for FaZe there. You can see Rob screaming. In terms of information, he probably only saw one more player in that situation. There was a lot of utility being thrown towards top as the fake. Frozen didn't know if players were about to come out hut or squeaky door. He was caught in this no man's land transitioning towards the vent. So again, admirable effort from FaZe. They get their 7th short. Magic saves the AK, and I think that's immediately just been dropped to Donk. He'll be able to buy one of his own. And remember, Hallie's already called all of their timeouts, so this is where Chopper and the rest of the team have to piece together how they're going to approach the tail end of this game. Just 2 more rounds to secure the map. But you give over one like this with where the loss bonus is at, FaZe can start to build back in.
This is pacing. Brokey's got the AWP. This is the worst place for it in a round like this. He goes down. Carrigan can save them. Carrigan is saving them. On to low HP. Rob to try and shoot between his legs. Shiro and Rob's in a 1v1. Shiro.
Shiro, Berot.
Absolutely Beautiful from Shiro. The one round he gets that AWP, he's on top of the hut, the Tech9s are swarming. He's so committed. And it is going to be forcing that final timeout out of Faze.
That just tells you they were not expecting that type of pace out of Spirit towards A. You are not playing on top hard with the AWP if you're expecting a rush. Brokey being made to look silly. Doc finding Frozen. Carrigan gets the double, sure, cops that goosh, and then coming in to try and save the day in the 1v1. Rops needed this, but Shiro comes up clutch yet again, and that's what he joined this team for, to deliver the closing blow.
Love to see the emotions on Shiro.
12'ni oldi-da. 12'ni olgandan keyin baqiradi shular.
Tears shed as he secured this grand final. Could be more in a couple of maps' time.
I feel that's got to be it. With how rattled you'd be from Faze for losing that round, and then you see what they bring together as the buy.
That headshot onto Carrigan, he still gets one. On top of that, after that, comes down to the 1v1. Shiro prevails. Rob's going to be kicking himself. Is there anything left to this nuke? With the biggest gun, robs a rifle as well. Donk stretching his legs on yard.
Gonna play through this.
Just ready for the Desert Eagle versus the Donk AK. That gap in the smoke perfectly designed for Donk to take these duels. Flash does catch him. Dane doesn't connect.
B finish this time round our team Spirit. Rotation is already down. It's Frozen with an MP9. Nothing to block with.
Kakrat gap sizdan eshitdim. Kishi qotdidan olibdi.
Molotov limits his options. They can go anywhere with this. Roki has brought that up into a perfect angle, but they'll accelerate upon that, trapped in the vent.
Okay.
Twice now, Brokey unable to Frozen doesn't finish off onto Zontix.
Robs, shtasini olib boradi chetda.
Oy, boshi.
Juking it out with the dig.
Ikkitasini ishlayapti.
To establish a crossfire, it is up to Robs to extend play. 40 seconds, bomb on the back of Shiro.
Yaram ekan.
As Rob's got it in him. Oh, and they're not even coming his way. They just park Zontix. Carrigan goes looking for answers. He might be able to get that body shot. Zontix. Oh, so susceptible.
Headshot.
Chopper puts a rifle into his hands as they try and pivot topside. He's got the flash. He can disrupt this. They're going down the vents.
Pastga tushyapti.
10 seconds and Robs will once again have a chance. It's Doc versus Robs, and Shiro catches him just enough time.
Carrigan. Boshqasiga berding headshot, bro.
Shiro in the clutch. He can close it. Rain. Oh, Stanton delivers. Another round will be seen. So much up for debate in that one.
That's a high-octane round right there. Spirit trying to get their way out of that B-side, but end up finishing there regardless. So not having a good picture of how Faze was set up. Some real shaky moments there.
$800 ekan. Carriganda inventar.
On the digs. And just holding on by their fingertips. It's a 4-round game now, but Faze, this was tough. Rain, he alleviates a lot of pressure there. Robs with a fortunate timing. Information flows. They're skedaddling between both sides. That's a huge shot from Rain. And they're just holding on. It could be another one of these cobbled together force buys for Spirit, which they found success with. So you can easily see them getting this one done. Tech9s. Galil, AK for Donk again. Magic's having a great game. 25-9. Donk 17-13. Faze can't slip up again. They've been given another way back into this game.
O ana Carrigan bekor kirdi o'zi. Brokey bitta. Rain bitta.
Rain delivers, pushing out. Donk goes searching.
Donk
Rain on the edge of that smoke, but they're coming from every angle. Donk goes find Rob. Oh!
Rain.
It's up to Rain.
Chopper bilan.
Tekta
xolos.
It's up to Chopper.
Ovaladi hozir.
Boshga bersa lekin.
Ana.
Etdimmi? Nice. Qulonishi. Xuddi Brokeyga o'xshagan aqlda qo'lma. Ne baqirmayapti bu. Men baqirishim. Men bo'lganda turib olib fakirni ko'rsatib tashirdim-chi.
Keyin ikkinchi kartada og'izgacha berisharmidi?
Mayli, zato hayshira olardim.
She said she loves you.
But she can't love me.
But I love you.
Reklama. Dediki shu tamsaga.
Da. Bilib tasavvur qo'ydida atga tashlamasam atga solib qolaman deydi ishlamay.
Menda ham ishlamayapti o'sha nimagadir. Keyin screenshot qo'ymayapti o'lgandan keyin.
Sizlarga ashula qo'yib turaman.
Sen demkidan ham chiqara olmayman.
Mana. Ashulani o'chirib qo'ydim.
Yaxshi.
Qanaqa ashula bu? Anaqa bu afterski.
Yo,
Afterski.
remix bu. Afterski bo'lganda u Levi kanalda turarmidi?
Nima?
Afterski bo'lganda Levi kanalda turarmidi deyman.
O'xshat olgandir-da bular.
Sepal atga ololmayman. Putlar tutmoqchi.
Shorts ko'rib o'tiramizmi?
Mana shunaqa shorts ko'rib o'tirgan streaming eng ko'p prasmotr edi. 2100 ta prasmotr yig'gan-ku, o'shani mana shunaqa shorts ko'rib o'tirganman.
Серый район.
Ana anime ekan. Встретил героя, убившего его 500 лет назад.
Я пока спал, умудрились аниме
Cringe ediki
Почему
кроме.
Росомаха каждый раз, выпуская когти,
Ой,
причиняет
за-
себе жуткую боль?
написано,
Это
что
потому, что
затрудняет,
места,
но
где он
там
выпускает когти, заживают после каждого использования. В комиксах
Ты
Росомаха
скрадывался
сказал,
таким?
что выпускает когти по нескольку
Ты-
раз в день, чтобы раны оставались открытыми,
Я
как
здесь
проколотые
хайсы
уши.
дискрет
Когти
махнул.
повреждают не только
Ага,
кожу,
да,
но и
если
внутренние ткани и связки.
да.
Они заживают почти сразу после того, как когти выходят из руки. Но
Voy,
Логан всё
Захват
равно
игры
чувствует
qaysini
боль на
qo'yadi?
уровне
Majestic.
обычного
To'rtta
человека.
Majestic
Он
turibdi.
посмотрел видео, где играл в баскетбол и сказал: «Боже мой, я такой медленный и толстый». Этот человек, который
Блин,
за
эти
10
фото-
лет смог стать номером 1 на Ютубе благодаря своему невероятному упорству, решил, что сможет также преобразить свое тело всего за год. Теперь он придерживается строгой программы тренировок.
Матушка земля.
Anaqa ko'rdingizmi? Monisi Telegram kanaliga tashlagan narsasini?
Yo.
Ha, tashlab qo'yaman ko'rpaga.
Talking about the supporting cast of Spirit and how they have failed this Dawn kid time and time again. He came to play here today.
His A-side defenses were like he was never blind. All the utility that was flying in his face, all of it coming at him, it didn't even feel like it perturbed him in the slightest. And so yeah, that's just like the best day ever if you're an anchor. You just feel like you're never gonna get slowed down. You're never really messed up in terms of your vision. And for my money, I mean, Faze, they probably were just shocked by how
He did
tough
farm
this
some
was.
anti-equals, but this round that you see was a gun round, and FaZe used the exact same smoke combination that we talked about in the pregame, right? And this time, Rain was just alone outside. They were faking, they were hoping to catch Spirit off guard. That's why they just sort of popped A with one flash and one molly. But Magus was just on point, really, in this game, was able to shut it down. Feels like FaZe did a good job coming back in the first half, despite the slow start. But the problem is just all these key rounds, like, it was the Spirit players who would step up and deliver in the clutch. I mean, you saw the Donk 1v2. Honestly, the eco that they won with his 3 kills from the Deagle, that ruined pretty much the entire game for FaZe. Why? Because Spirit is up 4-1. FaZe wins 3 gun rounds in a row without even only one time Shiro saved along. And still Spirit has money to buy. Like, that's how much economy they had thanks to winning that one eco. It's unreasonable. FaZe should have gotten, you know, an anti-eco in there. Well, I say that they already
even
lost
lose the eco in the second half, too.
So it's like they had opportunities, it's just in the key rounds they couldn't get it
Especially when you're talking about MR12 and the margin for error is so close. Yeah, like you said, they win the pistol round, they lose to that deagle, ridiculous deagle from Donk, and then even the pistol round, second half pistol round, if FaZe are able to win that, convert the following rounds, there is a chance of them to bring it close. What does Donk do? A clutch, P250, insta one tap, and plays it to perfection. I mean, Robson didn't have a chance to pop off a single shot, so unlucky for FaZe, but you need to win rounds like that.
Streamimiz
Yeah, and
kimi
you can
ko'rmaydigan
see from the scoreboard, I mean, Rain did his level best to try and drag him through, but ultimately this was just a very good performance from Team Spirit on an individual basis, and everything FaZe tried, they just interrupted. They just disrupted the flow, and he was the architect of lots of it.
3 triple kills in it's consecutively, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, the a-holes he was having in general, just like the FaZe actually game planned to try to go at this guy. They were trying to target that A-bomb site. So many of their late hits were just outdoor, and Magix was just he was a phenom in that kind of position.
Yep. And on T side as well, a couple of entries, a couple of important trades as well for him. You can see in that anti-eco for Spirit in the second half, that was looking a bit shaky, right? Looked like FaZe might steal one back, and then Magic stepped up with a big 3K. So yeah, absolutely delivered for Spirit.
It's just a ridiculous pop-off for him, a comeback story almost, because I mean, we were talking about it, like you even said
inventarimga berib qo'yarman. Yo, o'zim qo'yib qo'yaman. Bor, manda anaqa bor.
Kerrigan must be like, it was better last time on Inferno. Now I'm dealing with a live game from Magix. Come on, man.
Yeah, right. Give him a break. Frozen could also be helping out his IGL right now. Got to feel a little bit sorry for him. Obviously brought into this FaZe lineup to kind of fill that void and be a star rifler. Didn't really get going in this one.
Nimagadir mashinam bagajini ochsam, mashinam yo'q qoldi. Salolatgan Hantaga yaxshimisiz aka?
Spirit champion garage.
Kecha G2 edi. Mayli. Nima dotdingiz Hantaga?
O'zim komandam Spirit o'shanga aytolman.
Navi chempion bo'ladi aka.
Ani sen aytayotgan bahorda emas, yozda bo'lar ekan, Abu.
May deb yozib qo'ygan aka. Final даже mayda bo'ladi 18-chi.
Yo'q.
O'sha biz
6-oy iyun bo'ladimi? 6-oy deb yozib qo'yibdi.
6 ya ag'ajinimsiz. 6da iyun bo'ladi, lekin 6-da emas.
Qaragan, qidirib ko'rasan.
Boya Dodoshga rasm tashladilar, finalga bilet даже 18-martmi mayda.
Qatta uzbandadan.
Complaining about Brokey just completely disappearing. Rain here and there, they're popping up a bit, but Frozen has been that one pillar keeping them afloat, so to speak. And yikes.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the pressure and the caliber of opponent, gets more.
Yani 50 gacha ko'tariladigan nech pul turadi Majesticda, Hantaka? JDK? Nech pul edi?
Hopefully he'll be able to turn it around. Meanwhile, as I said, Spirit is pretty much what we expected. We might not have expected them to win the map, but in terms of everybody else outside of the Magic anomaly, Donk was doing Donk things again and looking good value for that MVP.
Once again, just showing how transcendent of a player he really is. The fights outside against Rain were pretty consistently in his favor. Rain got the better of him a couple of times, but even more so than the rifling in this game, the pistoling, like P250 kills, USP kills, Deagle kills, like you put any weapon in his hand that really isn't a scout, and this guy's one of the best in the world. Sure, he's obviously known for his rifling prowess, but his accuracy on the pistols, his first bullet is unbelievable.
Yeah, his aim is just incredible, and you can see here it was his multi-kill that sort of put an end on that streak of FaZe rounds. Even in the second half on the AK, it's just every time Spirit was about to get broken, sort of, and FaZe was going to take momentum of the game, someone would step up. This kill, for example, this is a key round in the second half, finds the entry on Rain. Really, Spirit wins that round, and that sort of breaks the back of FaZe.
It's crazy to say that this is a quiet game for Donk, if you actually look at what he's been doing so far, the major. But yeah, just winning this very 4 pivotal rounds. That second round with the Deagle comes to mind, the second half pistol comes to mind, the 1v2, and of course, as you pointed out, the hero AK moments here and there. He didn't have to do too much because of the way Magix and even Chopper was calling as well, but again, impact being found by this phenom that we have.
Yeah, obviously we want to break down just a little bit more on Nuke before we turn our attentions to Ancient. I do believe there was a round you wanted to highlight. We'll stay with you here.
This is round number 12, and this is me giving Chopper his flowers, right?
Okay.
Individually, he's been kind of on and off, but I love this round here. It's going to be starting off with a very fast dynamic Carrigan, takes on Donk. Donk taken out, perfect. Quick trade coming in from Shiro. In the meantime, it's going to be another kill being found with Chopper. Now, They have no idea the other three FaZe players are heading down towards Secret with the bomb. What does Chopper do? Drops on ladder quietly, and now the Molotov's going to be coming in. And what does he do? He runs through it, smokes it off, takes tanks of damage because he knows this is how you play in an arena. He did to FaZe what FaZe does to so many teams. They're caught with backs turned to him, gets one kill. That's all he has to do. Broke just got his hands down as well. Brilliant stuff from Chopper.
Yeah, I mean, definitely did well. I think FaZe, there was a couple of individuals that didn't really meet Spirit, head on their map, and so now we are in a very familiar situation if you followed FaZe over the course of this tournament. They've lost their map pick, they've lost the opening map in a best-of-3 series, and now they're going into this second map. Tournament life on the line, gotta win it.
That's why I'm not, worried.
We're not panicking yet.
We're not panicking yet because we've seen this movie before, right? I think the only worrisome thing is, that the Spirit players were better in the clutch against FaZe, and that's something that you would not really expect, right? And the fact that drops didn't come through in a couple of rounds, that he got us used to seeing him win. But again, considering what happened in the Vitality series, in the Furia series, you are confident that FaZe will be able to turn it around on the second map.
FaZe have lost every map pick at the major, like their map pick, apart from the G2 game they had yesterday. So I agree with Yanko. I don't think it's quite over yet.
I mean, I am worried about some of their individual form, though. I'm not going to lie. The way that Frozen wasn't able to deliver there, like, if he's going to do that on the middle of Ancient.
Karagun is a pretty good pep talk, by the way. So, I mean,
He's got Neo as well, of course. Major winner in the past. One of the, the best 1.6 player ever. So, if there's anybody that you're going to rely on to bring you up, those are two great guys.
Well, let's talk about Ancient. Let's get into the specifics. Obviously, that's going to be the arena where Spirit can close it. Two very good teams historically on this map, and Spirit has probably been their best map overall, I would say, based on what I've seen here. So it is a tall order for FaZe, but they're no slouches themselves.
They're no slouches themselves, and the thing is for Spirit, yes, they have looked good, but I always go back to the map they had against Heroic, who enjoy playing this map a lot, and what Heroic did, excuse me, was basically really constrict mid-lane double doors. They weren't afraid to play in the face, even though Donk was there, even though they knew Donk was going to be set up with all the utility in the world by Chopper, they were able to contain them, and that's what Mouse completely failed, in my opinion, yesterday against Spirit. So I'm sure Karagan, he's expecting Ancient coming on, I'm sure he's done his homework as well, but again, that is a caveat. You need your players to be on point to be able to pull off that choke.
And the one thing that we can rely on, even if FaZe don't get off to a crazy defensive start, we saw their mid-rounding against G2. That was special. The way that FaZe and Kerrigan was able to maneuver pieces in the mid-round, recognizing the kind of gaps that were opening up, or even the opportunities that were closing in a moment's notice. It's been faster than other teams in the mid-round. It's been more direct, and when you have a leader that's able to put the pieces together like that, it instills confidence with everybody, even when their backs are against the wall.
You always have faith in FaZe as long as they win, 3-4 rounds on the CT side, that they will be able to bring it back on the T side. I'm curious to see what the CT side approach will be.
Winnable. Hybrid, actually, Hybrid, take this. I go on a trip.
Okay. Oh, I know what you're doing. Good luck. I'll check
exploited that, so the Spirit sort of address that first and foremost, or do they think that Kerrigan will switch it up?
If you want to help me,
don't worry about that side of the map initially.
It's also the worrying thing for Spirit is a couple of days ago I would have said, yeah, just harass the B bomb side, on the CD side for Spirit, because you have Magic's playing there, you have Chopper playing there, but Magic's having a life game right now, or maybe we don't know, maybe it might just be a life map, but right now the B bomb side, that weakness is seemingly non-existent, at least right now.
The key matchup for me, though, when looking at this first half, just immediate out the gates, is going to be Donk, Frozen, middle, head-to-head. Want to see if Frozen's going to be able to have any semblance of a bounce back, because if he's going to crumble, just like he did on Nuke, the series is over, and Donk is crowned Rifler and Player of the Year.
Yeah, I mean, on that note, you did a little bit of trolling on Twitter, I noticed, or X as we're supposed to call it now, or whatever, where you were talking about, how the various sites were called in order, and how Kerrigan had this very T-side approach. That was your kind of IGL. You think we're going to see something similar here?
Well, I feel like he spots weaknesses and will just pick at them, but he's going to always make it look like he's going to just switch things up as much as possible. Yanko identified that it was on the gun rounds, of course, that he was going A on those finishers, but on the anti-ecos, anti-half buys, he is throwing in a lot of B pressure too to make sure that Spirit and Chopper are on their toes. You can't just give give them a steady diet. Spirit are way too good for that.
It's a kind of cool way to disguise and mask what you're actually doing. You just, well, they're not going A all the time. Yeah, but in all the rounds that matter, sort of, they are, and sometimes using different smoke combinations or different things in those anti-force buy rounds is a cool way to set something for a gun round later on, and that's what Kerrigan does really well. He's conditioning you throughout the half, so then when a key round comes late into the half, he breaks out, a switcheroo, he throws in a fake or even a double fake like we saw in the G2 game, so it's always sort of pre-planned and layered when it comes to Faze's T-side.
I think it's going to be extremely interesting, even for Chopper's T-side as well. They had a predilection of heading towards that A bomb site time and time again. They said in an interview as well, that's because we know that's where Heroic struggled a little bit more. They were attacking it as well. So if you're Faze, you're wondering, okay, now what do they have? What has Chopper cooked up for our defense, so to speak? They were 100% had been going through what Faze did yesterday against G2.
Yeah. So, I mean, you've highlighted the mid battle. Are there any other key parts of the map here that Faze are going to have to work at if they want to take this to the third?
Rain towards cave, like, the T side especially, he's going to be the one who's going to try and, find an opening, try and take on Chopper in cave, fight for the cave control, and if he's able to get that, that's a massive avenue for Faze to just crack the defense.
Yeah, that does seem completely possible, given the fact that Rain was probably the most competent player overall in Map 1 there, and he is a guy that Kerrigan has been able to rely on in the past for important parts of map control. So all in all, I mean, even if Frozen falls behind in some ways, Rain can pick up the slack.
I just wonder, if people or Faze is going to take a little bit more of the Navi approach when it comes to playing CT side on Ancient, where, Bit is the A player, but more so it's Wonderful who's the A player. Like, you open mid, see if they're doing something, then the op goes back to Temple, because that's the sort of powerful position against any of these A executes. That's where you get the free kill most of the time, right? Then you can fall back. That and another thing that Navi does really well is just fast retakes on A. If you have to push through those smokes, so you try to deny them the plant, try to disrupt them before they get into position, because those retakes can get really tricky if you let the T's settle.
And we talk about Faze and how they enjoy chaos, right? A lot of teams try to emulate it. A lot of teams try to go for the preemptive retake on the A bomb site, but how many times have you seen them just running in one by one? There's no coordination. They're not really talking to each other, and it gets messy, and eventually that retake kind of falls apart before it even begins. I think Faze, they can thrive in that chaos. They're the team who's going to enjoy dragging them down into the mud and taking that brawl.
And that's where also, of course, Brokey, a guy we haven't mentioned, loves to play. He loves when things get a bit messy in the mid-late round, even though not necessarily at the beginning of the round is he an aggressive player. It's really when they need a can opener, this guy is better than anybody. He's so willing to put his life on the line. Flashbacks of people like JW or Simple, just what he wants to do, just balls to the wall, high-octane gameplay. It's why Faze Clan, even in a losing effort, sometimes still have a great highlight reel to look back and laugh at.
It is the year of the Dragon, Rich, but I do feel like Fight Clan has one more in them, right? It has been like that all tournament long, really, especially so in the playoffs. And I don't think you could ever discount them.
Yeah, I mean, look, if they're going to do it, they're going to have to do it in the same way that they got here. It's just not been as clean as you would have liked, but the one thing you can say is you can't count these guys out. They're all there. They're all got their individual levels. The worry for me is just this brute force of team spirit that they've just got so much explosive potential that if you let it get out of hand, you might not find a way back in.
I mean, Kerrigan said it himself. It's like, screw it. We want to be Vitality. Let us just take on G2 and Spirit as well. Make the hardest playoffs run ever. And listen, Rich, they just got battered on map 1, their map pick. Winning it in the second and third would definitely be the greatest run ever.
If they're able to accomplish this and continue to keep making us believers, not only would Kerrigan vault himself into that GOAT conversation as an in-game leader, he would just be one of the most romantic players of all time. Keep constantly just making us think that it doesn't matter how old you are as a player, as he is the oldest player at this major. It doesn't matter as long as you have that veteran savvy, the qualities of a champion and a captain, the heart of a champion, then you can propel yourself regardless of the odds against you.
And he's had such a long and storied career, and we know he's been going through some stuff personally as well. A heartbreaking loss in Copenhagen, right, in a grand final where they seemed poised to win it. Kerrigan seemed poised to win it on home soil. Like, does he have it in him to handle another heartbreak loss, right? Or would this maybe be the final time we see him on the stage?
This that worries me about Faze. I've just been told as well we got 2 extra minutes here while the players are readying up. We talked a lot about the last dance for G2. There's that kind of sense around this lineup as well. They've been very muted about it, whether or not they're going to continue as a 5-man. You would kind of hope that they're going to, but we saw the rumors coming in. Rain out, Carrigan out, and so maybe this lineup does get scattered to the 4 corners. I don't know, but it would just be so sad to see Carrigan on stage in the final again, losing.
But the magic's still there, and he's taken so many hits this year, right? Individually, even as a team as well. But as Rocky Balboa said, it's not how hard you get knocked down; it's about getting back up and fighting that fight, and he's doing that here with his team.
If honestly though, Spirit are able to take this one in 2 maps, it's just going to be such a magnificent run for Donk though. Best rookie year undoubtedly. The fact that Chopper is vindicated as well in his 4th major playoff to finally capture it all, that's the kind of stuff that makes him and leaps him into the conversation for best Eastern European in-game leader.
Well, we're about to find out now. We can get back into the action. Is Spirit going to do it in 2 or will we get a 3rd?
Hazırlaşma.
Final goal. Ancient Pistolietka.
Maintain their stoicism into second map and there during the RMR, Faze picked Ancient versus Fast9, they lost it. During the elimination stage, they picked Inferno versus Fury and lost it. Playoffs, they picked Nuke versus Vitality, lost it, but they're still here in the grand final. So losing their choice is not the end of the world for Faze.
Straight
into the Glock of Zontics. Early first blood drawn on this pistol.
Ancient kuchli Faze'da. Kecha Jet uni 10-to'riga yutdi. Bemalol o'tib ketdi-da. Просто easy urib qo'ydi. Bala, ko'rdi devyatkaga mahallani. Oy, ikkinchisini urgan. Oy, urdi ikkinchisini. Bitta orqadan keladi, bilasan. Rops orqani qara. Rops orqani qara, bilarding bitta ada borligini. Ishdi ham. Maykramda o'tiribsizmi, ha? Go bolla. Easy bilat. Sizga bilat. Padarka komanda emas bu. Faze.
So in the 5 matchups so far this year, 4 out of the 5 have gone in favor of Spirit. The only time that Faze have beaten this Team Spirit roster was in Copenhagen at the Major to eliminate them on their run to a grand final. I do see a deagle in the hands of Donk. This time it's the T side, so it's going to be harder to find those incisions as he hangs around in spawn. Faze will use their opening utility, they'll get their space, and now the round will start to settle in. This will remove the smokes, set Donk up to take some nice fights.
I'm really interested to see if Team Spirit can keep themselves focused. Their first major trophy is closer than it has ever been. Do they maintain their focus when so tantalizingly close?
Rotation points aren't that close. He needs to either stay alive or get a multi-kill here on the way in.
Donk up for success, boosted up.
Davay Robs. 3tasini uryapsan, roundslar. O'yinchilar 3ta patsat qildi. Aytdim, Robs 3tasini ursa round bo'lar edi. 3tasini urdi degan 5 shans deganida o'shaqa.
Ancient bularni kartasi ekan o'zi.
Over, rifles over, so they
Ancient.
hold on to everything they invested, and now they know this is where Spirit are going to bring the fight. Rifle round to be equipped. You've got plenty of MP9s, likely to see those aggressive, using to take this mid and B lane space. Standard opener from Spirit. Classic on Ancient, Red and Cave smoked off. Starting with more of a heavy lead over to the
ana.
A side of the map.
Inbamolikdan tashlab berishdi. Magix просто minus 36 yeb ketdi. Molikka full blind turib. Galil tushurdimi? Props imba burchaydi shoyapti. Molotovga yonmadi. Molotovga yonmadi.
Beautiful stuff there. Frozen winning that opening duel in middle. He had a very, very tough time on Nuke. Gets a kill on the pistol.
Imba burchaydi o'tiradi Robs.
Against the first rifle round.
Oh.
And Faze deal with that no problems. Robs also not in that same form we saw against Vitality and G2.
Uxchala xed berdi.
Now that massive game had to come up pretty huge on Ancient. Now I know they were throwing Mouse around the server, but played well on Nuke just then. Played well against Mouse. Now with the bomb down in enemy territory, hard to see him getting too much done with 5 points of health. This is looking like a great start for Faze and a necessary start. Being in both major grand finals, the or downs that you've had ever since winning Chengdu just after the major, and now you find yourself in both major finals of the year just to be flatlined by the kid who ruined the start in Kanalimizga.
Oh. Просто vaqti yo'q. Saytga kirgizmayapti. Haychala 2 yildan keyin uradi ponchik degani. Bir-biriga plus va yugursa ham otisholmaydi bular hozir.
Very interested to see how Magix is tested, if he is tested by Faze Clan. And if Spirit maintain his
Imba joyda o'tirdi o'zi ham.
HLTV after that victory, saying, you know, they knew how Mouse approached the map, wanted to try and pressure A early to draw them away. Say they play very mid and B heavy, so wanted to spread them out across the map and was able to do so by early A pressure. Gave a similar showing here, but handled by Faze. Now Donk will be dropped that AK. Right? He does get facilitated, but he delivers. That's why Magix, who hit some tidy ones himself right there, are setting the 17-year-old up to really reap some havoc.
Chiqishlashib mid o'ynayapti. Qani Broki flash otib beram. Da flash otib berdi. Hech kim yo'q mid. Polni B bo'lyapti.
Obscured by the smoke, but close to lending a hand. Donk's going to start aim mapping up the road. Carrigan tucks Covey.
Yo, katta chiroyli flashga bo'lish kerak ekan. Orqasidan yana bittasi razi bo'lish kerak. Ikkita podrяд flash bersa urishi mumkin. 4tasini. Shunda ham 5-sini bilmam. Oo, juda kech o'ldirdim birinchisini. Birinchisiga headshot berib turib, ikkinchisi bilan shuni uzoq otish kerak edi. Nima yugurib chiqsinmi Miyasaga? Mitta odam qarab turibdi. Miyasani chiqishini odam qarab turibdi. Yuraversin Miyasani ichida. Yugurib kirsinmi yoki sizga o'xshab to'poyga o'xshab bil. Uy, hit berdi.
Puts it all onto him though, and he's clutched demanded him. Dark and oh my god, he's doing it again!
O'qimayapti. Yo'q. Sekin o'ynasa rampada bo'ldi. Bilan Miyasa ya'ni yo'q hech kim. Timing почти show'da.
delivers a ace.
İşte birincisini sırası headshot veriş gereğiydi.
It feels like their demands are unreasonable, Chad. It feels like they're asking too much of the kid.
Ha.
Time after time he delivers. How's he done that?
How much more does he have to do?
من دادم که چشم پد دادم تا صاف کرده دومدم
Yeah.
پولیس چیزی دادی
That's their first round and maybe first of many.
Okay, aggression lane. Out mid though, it's all theirs. Now Donk walking wonky.
Donk ham teganda yomon berardi lekin hozir.
Rob's forward A main position, got nothing to report.
We'll see if that HP matters. He got whittled down frag after frag in the previous and was still able to pull off something magical. But Faze can't let that get to them. They've still been able to bite back in with a buy.
Kerrigan agresivni.
3 M4s, 2 MP9s. Stoic with the util, not dropping it early. They're going to need this nice little nade.
Oh.
Almost with the double up.
Knows their options are limited. Dunks on them. Robs is activating.
Robs.
Low HP. Rob prevails.
Nice.
This time successful in that head-to-head. Now
Frozen.
Frozen holds his nerve. Holds on to red room. Into B though. 2 through cave side. Shiro up the ramp. There's legs to this, especially look at the low HP. Yet to frag Shiro. Yet to frag Chopper. That has to change now. Can't just be magic.
Düşmedi.
Carrigan pushes the smoke.
Nafiga Rocky 1. Rocky 2. Oy bo'lmadi. Frozen urolmaydi. Robs oladi. Robs oladi.
That's the Robs Faze are going to need if they want to take this one the distance. Not that he was absent on map number 1, but he definitely was in that fighting form that we had seen. To get them through G2, to get them through Vitality, to get them to major grand finals.
Futbolga muxlislik qilyapman hozir.
So donk happens, but Robs does too, and that's the two you want to be see throwing blow for blow.
Chiroyli o'ynasa bo'ldi.
This one got sketchy. The low HP broke. He misses the incendiary towards the side.
Takoy overtime'lar bo'lib, asablar bo'lib o'ynasa o'yin bo'ladi keyin. Kecha o'ynam bitta overtime bo'ldi, ikkita overtime bo'lib, 3-4 ta overtime bo'lib ketsa, 21-22 shotlargacha o'ynasin. Keyin maza qilib ko'rsa.
Raw determination on the face of Brokey.
Hard 4 rounds. Some of the issues when you look at Nuke were, hey, you scrap back in, you're able to show that you can contend when it's a little bit rough around the edges for you, and then you lose to Tech9. You have it all on top of the heart. You're losing rounds that you need to be converting, and it felt like the individuals that were letting them down. Even a moment right there, Zontix versus Frozen in red. Frozen got the better of him with the timing on the swing out, and still takes so much damage, right? He's not converting cleanly. These aren't insta-kills, and that needs to change. What makes Faze Faze is this rockstar element that they have, the ability to hit hard.
Never to be written out.
Again, back towards B.
This is going to have some pace on it. Max 10 equipped for Zontix. Carrigan just an empty to defend this side. He's only got Rain by his side. Is Rain enough to defend this side?
Urmadi. Kerrigan chiqadi deyimdan. Bitta o'tib ketganini bilar, bilmaydi. Bir kishi chop berar orqada. Endi bilar. Broki uraladi. Broki uraladi.
Ways in which that could have gone wrong, but not here. Not on Ancient.
Holding on there, Rain. That can be tough. Teams more than happy to favor that B ramp. The way the molly works now, ever since the change, you can just come on through. You can see they're not really taking an awful lot of damage. He mops up one, there's more bodies to deal with. Carry has to take the risk. Gets double on that MP9, but Chopper unable to get
Addushi dast o'ynash. Addushi dast. Dast. Addushi o'yin bo'la. Donk chiqarmadi mitga.
Chopper's investigating middle. He is the spearhead. Donk to trade.
Bular Spirit nimaga nimani tanladi? Ancient'da Donkga ishonib, Donk midda 1-2 urib beradi deb har raund. Avval ish kerak. Nükte ham olardi Faze. Prosta Robs'da o'yini chiqmadi. Frozen вообще ikkita killda yurdi. Spirit'da defaultni force round qani.
Donk has opened up onto Brokey though, and Carrigan can't finish. Donk's coming for you. You better be ready.
Frozen.
Frozen still takes another with him.
Qani Robs.
2-on-3. Frozen smoke kit. Beautiful for the retake. Robs needs to do damage as well on from short side. Guy's not favored here, but close range skills are available. Magic's low HP. Goes active.
Oh, ana.
Robs, what can he do? Unable to find
Oldi dedi 3-1 turganda.
Magix does get a little too leery. Smoke on the kid, he's giving it a look in. Running out of time, Shiro known to be on the site. Fade him out, hoping to get that fight not coming his way. And Robs thinks twice, does not play for the clutch. Shiro will go down with the rifle.
Yeah, Robs just overstaying his welcome. Sure, he gets the stats, he gets the kill, but right now Faze doesn't have any money. Just hanging around a little bit too long.
Zontiksam ulgurmadi Ro'zog'ani.
So they will take a timeout. The 2 rounds that Spirit have been able to post so far have been hard fought. Donk with the dropped AK thanks to Magix. This time, some partial upgrades due to the lost bonuses are where it's at, but they're punished.
Kecha 11 mingga chiqdimmi, chiqmadimmi eslolmayapman. Yo, kechqurun o'ynadik ekan. Aytdim-ku.
If you're Faze right now, you need to turn to Neo.
Shunda chiqdimmi, chiqmadimmi.
Have anything that they can piece together when the cash is
Kimdir Pavasheniyaga chiqdi 14900 ga. Hasan aka 19800 ga chiqdilar.
We love a selfless captain. Chopper just drawing the crosshair there, goes as far wide as he can. Donk immediate on that trade. That was their path in, that was their way in. They did manage to really kind of, improvise a great finish onto that B bomb site for their second round.
Caused Faze to ask questions of the gaps in the defense.
Mana shuna narsalar uchun bular tipa tanlatdi Ancient'da. Donk midga tez chiqib urib berilaydigandi. Brokey. Chop. Keresiz force qildi lekin hozir. Bitta aruji bo'lsa ham olib ketish kerak. Frozen go. Bitta 5-7 headshotcha. Bitta headshotda o'ladi yerda.
Beautiful round for Team Spirit. A force from Faze. Now we'll see the eco. In fact, the Robs tussles through middle and is deleted. Has no chance. Even get to use that heaviest of investment. 2400 into the next, so their buy on the CT side, when we do see it come through, is still going to be weak. Spirit have broken them. You have to hope not mentally at this point, Faze, as a team that had some crazy comebacks. They've seen it all, and they only get out of bed for the big games. They're a little bit sleepy on Nuke, their map choice, but again, we reminded you, hey, them losing their pick, it's not the end of the world. They can bounce back. Full barrage.
Imba flashga shu flashdan ko'rish kerak. Shiro otgan.
Spirit have kept all 5 alive. That does wonders for the finances going forward.
They're all sitting on a comfortable cash cushion.
Yeah, that's going to mean residual buys. So Faze, this is going to be a tough way to secure yourself the lion's share of rounds in this half. Still 8 available, but as mentioned, this next purchase is going to be lacking. We've only got 2 incendiaries on the board. A kit for Carrigan, lacking flashes and HEs to try and clear smokes and look for information.
They have to be able to shut down Donk on mid. It has to happen. And no!
Keremas, Kerrigan.
Quick friction. That's one back. Donk is down.
Yaxshi. Девятка. Kontrolning yo'q девятkaga. Bor endi. Просто foydasi yo'q. Zar. Zo'r, ani berib qo'ydilar xolos. Dindan o'tish kerak. Chopper. Oh, chopper. Rain! Zone 6 clutch. Shift'da o'taversa ekan. Da, imba. Imba. Xarosh. Ashi chiroyli o'ynadi. O'ldirdi-yu, sraz orqaga qaytib ketib, sekin shiftda dimdan o'tib keldi.
And that right there, you get Carrigan pushing in towards A main. Well, that's a B player. That's your K player. Okay, what does that mean? We lose a mid player. Oh, Rops goes down. He breaks the smoke. We know he was over towards middle. Let's run in towards A. Okay, they're piecing this one together. Rain being on that early rotation. He was the hero of the round.
He's there so early. I mean, just read them. And a second port. He's been very liberal with these, Halley, but his conversion rate's pretty damn good.
Great shot here from Chopper.
Round oldimi Spirit ili berdim.
Berdi. Rain geniali qildi.
That's the A defender, but Rain is already there for the double up, the mop up, and the round conversion. But that residual cash does mean we get another full bite for Spirit. That can't be the same said for Faze. MP9's for Brokey and Carrigan to work with.
I mean, of course they're doing it the hardest way. Constant compromise.
That's what Carrigan wanted.
Hardest bracket run. Now, MP9, no nades for Robs. 2 SMGs in the mix up against that full buy once more. Will Frozen win this head-to-head once more? Donk one stick, once forward, revenge!
Frozen!
Finished off from the grave, the flames, and now...
Robsga bo'ldi. Robsga bo'ldi.
And Shiro trades. Pulls us into a 3 versus 3. Bombs outside B doors. Magix has a friend. Form of Chopper.
Kitabi. Robs tortilyapti. Nima tortilyapti Rain? Adib o'ylayapti. Afsuski. Yaxshi mitta turib. Mitta turib o'ynam. Kirsa bami bezdim o'tmaydi. Voy, nimaga telefon. Allo. Assalomu alaykum. Shunisi gap. Jimsiz? Nima?
Hard fight for Brokey. Now Shiro alerted to their presence. Can swing through. Rain has to hit this shot cleanly. Rain on the box. Rain delivers. As does Brokey. Long range FP. Double kill after his clutch to make 7 a reality.
Did say 8 was still possible. And they've had to fight extremely hard for these rounds. Moment of respite for the action as a technical timeout has been called. So that issue is plaguing the Spirit side of the server. We have lost Donk for the moment being.
Yeah, he was straight out of there after that duel with Frozen mid.
It's a very tough fight, right? The way that meta has progressed, there's so many layers to it, and especially in CS2 when we're talking about the edging of smokes and the timing of flashes and how many were dropped and what's the next rally. So the fact that they went 1 for 1 in that scenario, Frozen job done, and he removed him from the round, that being the key piece of information.
Yeah, that's what I just struggle to understand, is that you're sending Donk out there in what is so volatile, so variable. You don't know what the flashes are going to look like. He doesn't either.
Yorvardi roundda.
Great success.
Mid o'zida yopordi.
Spawns does his damage. But Frozen has won out that head-to-head and back-to-back rounds now.
Shout out to Magix again. This is the
Nima texniskiy pauza?
Right.
He's got good moves across the map.
Kimga nima qildi? Kim o'lib qoldi?
This being in the highest pressure environment of their Counter-Strike careers. Monk has rejoined the server. Ready to go. Both teams signaling that as the bomb down in not the last but the previous. The residual cash that was built from those 2 clean rounds where they didn't take a single casualty does mean Spirit for the final round or the first half of their map pick are able to get out a bye. Not having to worry about any pesky pistols this time, but some of their key rounds have come with those lighter upgrades.
Bu round tez mid o'yin bo'lmayapti. Balkim aytarmiz 4 raunddan bas dimdamonlik totalmayapti to'g'ri. Devorga tegib qolyapti. Bu devorga tegmasdan to'g'ri o'tib ketish kerak-da burchagini. Og'ziga tiqib be arada agar sal pastroq tushganda granata. Yaqinni o'qimayapti. Birda. Va ana ikkita krasniylar qoldi.
Smoke uchun urorgandan fantastik bo'lib ketardi.
Reynmasan oldi.
Bilmaydi.
That gives Spirit the edge.
Alex set himself up for a B finish, but Rain's still in cave and already rotating over is Brokey. Drops has to worry about middle as well as the A site. 45 seconds. The bomb pivoting back.
Magic's falls. Will have to be the rest of them to close. Rops is still on Donut. Chopper trying to sell something. Rops knows something's up.
He's hearing steps in main.
Calls for the cavalry. They are on their way. Brokey and Rain arrive with a captor.
Oo, Malik bir-biriga tushib qoldi. Dim imba. Dimmis qilganiga hozir Rops nimani ko'rgani yo'q, Brokeyni yaqinligini. Brokey. Brokey. Vak. Devorni burchagidan bilan pikselga urib qo'ydi.
To take us the distance. Dust 2 is the third and decider if we need to get there. And this is classic Faze fashion. Lose their pick. Win the opponents.
O'zi chat vak ketgandir. Vak. Rops вообще vak moment qildi-da hozir. Birinchisini demdan berdi, ikkinchisini devorda orqasidan, uchinchisini demdan 90 berdi. 8 HP mi qolib ketdi? Who wins the pistol? Kim yutsin? Bile 50 keldi. 50 qilamiz, 50 qilamiz. Brokey bir. Ko'rgani yo'q edi hech narsani donkda.
Yo, lekin Shironi ko'rgan ekan boshini.
Yo, etti. Timdechi deydi.
Devorning orqasini bergan.
O donkada. Ko'rgani yo'q edi. Просто intuitsiyada mana shu odam bo'ladi deb bordi, otib turib keyin chiqdi.
So this is Spirit doing a very diligent job. Rain trying to sell this unless they start holding W.
Bula, ayam ochilib ketdi. Yugurdi kishi ponchik. Keragan bir headshot. Ana Frozen. Rops. Ropsda ham перезарядка. Voy bala.
Etdimmi? Spiritni. Frozen anaqa imposter chiqib keladi. Sherigar o'ldirib tashasa.
Hadi berib qo'ydi. Oh.
And the keeper raving through that A main smoke because the push they said, okay, we're feeling B pressure, but we aren't certain. We're going to search. That one right there, it leaves more than a mark.
Well,
this has brought a buffer for the likes of Shiro
Faze,
and Zontic
Faze
to activate 2 kills for Shiro, 3 for
kartı
Zontic.
qizig'ida, hal
Now they're on
qiladigan
that
kart.
CT side. This is where the both of them can start doing some of their absolute best work. Faze have gifted an
Shu kartda ham intriga bo'lyapti.
see if he can do his best donk impression.
Birinchi karta ham intriga bo'ldi.
Birinchi kartada
Jito bo'lganda
Frozen'da qo'li kelganda intriga qattiq bo'lardi. Birinchi kartda uncha intriga bo'lmadi.
Jito bo'lganda ham.
And with Chopper already calling B lane.
No rush.
Shiro.
Wait this out, pull out the util that's being expended and expelled
Don,
from Team Spirit.
Nico.
Got 2 smokes and a flash on the back of Rain and Carrigan to work with for their finish. But really, this has to be Rob. He's been delivering. He showed up in the grand final, 17 kills to his name right now. He has to find many more. 55 seconds,
Mario
they still want to pressure this A side. Second smoke drops, also funky with its placement.
Uyov edim. Va, bilib qo'ydi o'z tak chetdaligini.
Nima qoldi? Chester hammaga. Oh,
Robs.
Olasan. Nice. Yana. Side ota.
Ko'rdi. Yetadi. Agar hozir ursa B'ga yugurib yuboradi. Va, yo, brat. Ursa B'ga plus V'da yugurib ketib borsa ham bo'lardi.
Trap qoldi. Nima qilish
They win this, they know what type of position it's going to leave Spirit in. That defense was caught off guard, that flash comes through the smoke, Zonti's getting glocked, you can see just how blind he was. But Spirit, you win this, you can tie things up. Elbow smoke, B-door smoke in the exchange of cave and mid, so both teams showing that they want to try and fight for this B lane and mid control.
Ooh, granat atmıştı.
Bu 27 yoshli odam ham o'tiribdi. O'zda u yosh kichkina odam o'yinni ko'radi.
Fanatlik qilib o'tiribdilar.
O'shanga fanatda ya.
Fanatlik qilib.
Return of fire actually does connect to Zontix. Robs reveals his elbow position.
Completely unconfirmed, so they don't know how light up they are. Rain getting boosted. Try and patrol over towards Long. He might be able to get this fight. Donk's rotating over.
Gonna be in the right place.
Ana. Patsatdan kill berdi.
Equalizing frag. Carrigan quick to fall though. Chopper, patience prevails in that corner. Stays active. They're coming for him. Rain knows his angles well. So does Chopper. Heavy lift.
Farmilka olishi mumkin.
The connection fatal. Rob's the only member at health. Will try and take this fight.
45 seconds. They know the Magic is a B player. Shiro the rotator. Zontix over towards A. They're still going to try and finish B.
It hinges on this head-to-head right now. Magix and Robs.
Robs bitta hit.
Top of that field. Removes him. Awkward for Zontix now. You know that swing is coming.
Last biladi adaligini. Sraz orqaga qaytdi. Robs devyatkan qarayman deb. Nima?
Marta ketma-ket finalga chiqib yutqizgan bo'ladi-da.
Yo'q, u boshqa turnirda-yu.
Yo, major.
O'tgan safargisi major emas edi.
Major PGL bor, Navi chempion bo'lgan. Ana o'shanda Faze bilan o'ynagandi.
Au. U mayli. Nikonikini ko'rmadingiz siz.
Niko polfinal, polfinal.
Hop. Sizlarga o'z stream ko'rinyapti xolosa?
Nimadir ko'rinish kerak?
Ekranda yana boshqa narsa bor-da. O'sha chiqyaptimi, chiqmayaptimi?
Tapping on the jiggles, finds the head, very important fight. And then Robs, yeah, these are clinical. Like when this kid entered our screens, it was always so procedural. Taking any chances as a hail of nades do damage him into 2. Zonk brought low Zontix 2, and they have been able to grab this control once more.
Ndexsan bo'larmikan? Mana. Dunyoning eng zo'r o'yinchilaridan biri biror marta yutmagan major. Faqat ikkinchi o'rin, ikkinchi, uchinchi.
Ninjas bor.
Hop.
Ninjasda komanda.
Hop.
O'sha 5 marta patratiga finalga chiqtirib, 1 martagina yutgan ekan major.
Astralistni ko'ring.
Ha, uni ko'rganman. O'sha to'dam zamondagi komanda.
Necha yil padriyat hisob kelgan. Vashshe. Bez shans furgan hammasini.
Polni nincha finalgacha chiqqan ekan 100 ko'p o'ynadi.
Astralska.
O'ziga qaytdi.
Yo'q.
Rops o'qiyapti. 3-3. Patsat o'qigani yo'q. Patsat 1. Ikkinchisi ishdan edi, arqani kutyapti.
Fantastik qormoqchi.
Have to take these fights now. Have to hit the shot immediately. As Frozen holds on, Carrigan ensuring the round. And Shiro last to fall. They gave it their best. They gave it their all. Every resource pumped into that attempted retake.
It's stressful. It's wobbly. There's moments you're seeing pieces of utility bouncing back off walls into smokes. The fights coming down to the wire.
So'kyapti. Yo'qlar deyapti. 2ga 1 turibsanlar. Chiq rasmenga normalni o'ynalaring. Yet qilyapsanlarmi deyapti. Sanlarga nimani o'rgatganman deyapti.
Savi o'lgandan keyingi holati.
Sizlar bilan xolos. Chunki sizlar o'zlaring bilmaysizlar-da.
You have to assume this is the 11th round. The investment, just a flash for Magic's, a deagle for Donk, and the USPs for the rest.
Mana
Shiro
bo'lar ekan, Karigan.
have remained quiet.
Qaraganda 6 kill qilgan ekan. Polni qachon qaramadi, Kariganga qarasam 4 kill bergan bo'ladi.
Qaraganda 6 ta kill, u kerakli 6 ta kill bo'ladi. O 6 ta kill 6 ta raundda bergan kill bo'ladi.
Kecha 8 ta kill qildi, nechta ekan.
Qaramadim.
Rat. Karaganda yoshi nechida bilasizlarmi o'zi?
Lekin tugachini bilaman faoliyatini yaqin mashta yillarda.
Qancha sizdan 2 barobar katta bo'lsa kerak ekan.
50 yosh emasdir, 54.
So the way that works is if they played for info, they said sector clear and then they rotated back towards A because they were shooting elsewhere. Well, that's not the case.
Mana Abu sizdan 2 barobar katta siz aka tushunardim.
35 ekan. 35 ekan. Как раз Abudan 2 barobar. Ha? Yo, конечно holatda 100 pilarda yuribdi-yu. Nima deyapsiz? 100 pilarda yuribdi-yu, Spirit. Voy, Faze olib ketdimi?
Ana heroik bordi-ya bu. Pistoletlar olib ketdi. Jituni o'shanga aytaman-da.
Tabiiyki ko'rsatdi.
Oladi.
Heroik Jitoni 4 ta raund oldi, 4 tasi ham pistol raund oldi.
Olsa bo'ladi. Heroik o'sha o'yinda yutar edi. Mirajda shoshilib bir raund boshqa force qilib qo'ydi. Bitta eko qilib, keyingisini olsa, oy.
Mario lekin yomon zo'r o'ynab berdi bor. Niko Titon chiqib ketdi. 8 raund oldi.
Frozen kutyapti. Frozen kutyapti. Bittasini, ikkinchisini emas lekin. Yana chetdan chiqib bersan ham. Hozir sherigim o'ldi chetdan. Qimirlatgani yo'q, prosta chiqqanda otyapti, xolos. Yurgani ham yo'q. Mishkani ham qimirlatgani yo'q. Bombani ushlaydi hozir qaraydi. 5 ga 1 clutch ketdik chopper. Bombani ushlasan, o'ldirasan. Qolgan 4 tasi keladi, o'ldirasan. Bitta headshot amasi.
Ochiq tortini Aga bormayapti bo'lmi shuning uchun.
Biladi, ochiqligida prosta o'ldirib qo'ya qolsa ham raund tugaydi. Plus 8000 bo'layotibdi-yu. Hozir bomba qo'yib plus 600 dan olishda hech smysli yo'q. Last round ekan tem bo'ldi. 6 ta shansi bor bitta raund olgani. Overtime bo'ladimi? Yo'q, yo'q.
Faze kartasini, Spirit kartasini Faze oldi.
Ya o'zi tushunish kerak edi. Miraj. Nima? Ancient Faze qattiq solyapti. Spirit. Rob surdi. Vay, chapti check qildi bu ham. Mayli, Frozen yopdi. GG. Hozir chat hamma joyga GG yozilyapti. Ketdi GG.
Yozing, GG yozing. GG emas. Yozolmaysan bor. GG yozing, GG emas. Senga rasm chizib qo'yar ekanman.
Vaqti yo'q. Senga tashab qo'ya qoldi, vaqtim yo'q edi. Kecha biz
KSPga qiziqishimga sabab, Premier Ligaga qiziqishimga sabab Majito bilan Spiritga birga bir o'yin bo'lgandi.
Kecha kechqurun nima o'ynab o'tirdik-da? O'sha Premier Dust. Comeback berib qo'ydik. Yo, comeback berib qo'ydik. Keyin bir balo qilib 12-11 shotga chiqdik. Bitta raund olsa overtime bo'lardi. Biz bir payt 13-raundni olyapmiz, B'ga kirdik. Shunday bombani qo'yib turgan bilaman. Prosta disconnect qilib chiqib ketdi-yu. Bitta odam qoladi 3-1. Prosta disconnect qilib chiqib ketdi matchdan. Granata ham tashamadi tagiga. Prosta shunday qo'yib yexit qilib chiqib ketdi.
Anaqada Magic'da bomba bo'lmaganda ham shunaqa qilardi.
Yo. Yexit qilmasida tezda chiqib olib berardi.
Aka, biz reklamaga qarshimiz. Ayniqsa AdNXP.
Большие выигрыши. Ставки на спорт.
Avika ham o'tirib kalla qara. Aha. Yozuvni to'g'ri qilibsiz lekin Savika. USPV KSK Shanghai Major Grand Final Team Spirit vs Faze Clan. Просто rudan chiqib turib qo'ydingiz.
Yo'q. Qo'lda yozib chiqdim. Narsa emas. I carried FPL players.
Like every sauce the donor store has.
Va nima degan shunda?
Perfect World Esport.
Aha.
Mayli, kelasizlarga Forest ko'rib o'tiramiz. Iyo, bunday qilaman ekan.
Ye, do'stlarga so'tasi hali. Ayo. Qo'loni foto. Savika, rejim streamer qanaqa o'chiradi aka?
Ну, tepada rejim streamera включен, отключить qilaymi degan joyi bor. Shu отключить ga bosadi bo'ldi. Discord tepasida turadi. O'rganamiz Inferno o'ynashni. Ana. Ana. Go clutch. Go clutch. Half HP.
Mana web kamera mashinaga qo'yib olaman, web kamera olib. Bilan o'yin nima qilamiz?
Bali 15 minut yuradi.
G2 deb yozing-da aka, G2 gaplashib o'ynagan o'yini bor. Turnir anaqa kechagi o'yin bor, Faze'ga qarshi o'yin. O'shani gaplashib o'ynaganini ovoz bilan qo'ygan.
Navida Alexiga jahli chiqqan ovozlarni qo'yib berganda.
Ana, clutch ketdi. To'g'ri gapir.
Pikselizor pistoletda. Yep. Bile bizga mana shunaqa CS:GO skins mana shunaqalardan reklama kelsa, maza qilib qo'yib olib o'tiraylik, aka. Redline'larda. Mayli, bizga redline kerak emas, bizga anu kerak, Rayhonli. Kalash.
Rayhon? Nasha emasmi?
Rayhon. O'sha. Yo, anu Donkda kalashi bor-ku. Gulli. Mashinaga ham roziman.
Qimmat bu-ku.
Bilaman. O'shan tushunamda.
Bu ancha qimmatda bu. Blue game bu ham. Billah. Okay. Doc.
Nima degani Shinigami?
Bleach. Branya plus teknay.
Qaqa? Rostdan G2ga kim qo'shilibdi, Saviki?
Degani yo'q hali.
Yo, anunda
Ko'rganman yo'qmi?
Faze'da anu bor. Faze Stars degan anu bor. Karta Masterskoy.
Ha, men 2 yil oldin qo'ygan ekan, oxirgi marta.
O'sha presellarni ko'rdim-da, o'sha yerda.
Ma'qulda donk.
Yangi o'yinchi.
Deysanmendagi o'yinchi. Monisi streamda ekan.
Twitchmi?
Stream. Twitchda bo'lmasa, YouTube'dagi eski stream bo'ladi.
Ha, sochi ham eski soch.
YouTube'da hech qachon stream qilmaydi u bu.
Da, bunda.
Qo'yadi просто anu.
Yo, men anaqa aytmoqchi bo'lganim, sayt qo'ymaganda, anu skan saytni.
Qo'ygan bo'lar.
Voy, kiber stream qilib o'tiribdi. Sharhlab o'tiribdi. Spirit bilan Faze o'yinni.
Hamma yo'qda mana shu.
Ikkinchi kartaga yana Robs uyg'onibdi-da. 25 ta kill, 12 ta des. 2 kda.
Yo'q, mana G2ga anaqa yangi o'yinchi kelmagan hali.
107 ADR. 9 ta multi-kill round.
Men qiziqayotganim Nikon o'rniga kimni qo'yishar ekan?
Bahorda bilasiz.
Ha, transfer ochiladi.
Yo, transfer любой pay.
Qishlarda o'yin bo'lmaydimi?
Yanvarda shu bilan turnir. Bu yil boshqa turnir qolmadi. Oxirgi, uy. Yo, olmay qoldi-yu.
Siz Inferno'da qilgan ishingizdan bo'ldi aka.
Men bundan battar ish qilganman.
Ha,
Bu orqaga burildi. Bu orqaga burildi. Men noj olib ketganman orqaga qarab. O'lmay qolganda.
Siz noj qo'shib qo'ygansiz, просто. Mana shu boshiga salafan kiyib olgan zo'rda.
Kamiga sumkasi ham bor.
Antaka uy oldin ko'rdingizmi?
Yo'q.
Garaj, ikkita mashinali aka. Ko'rdi.
$5 million if you win the billet.
Rostdan yutib qo'ysa, bash joyini anaqaga qo'ymaydi yutib.
5 ga 1 bananda hamma joydan odam yuradi-da. Yugurib yuradi.
Bu random o'yinchilar bilan o'ynaydi.
Bitta dokka o'zini o'rtog'i. Qolgani Faceit random. Hozir Faceit o'ynayapti.
Faceit yaxshi-da hammaga.
Faceit itoratda. Faceit ham FPL o'ynayapti, adashmasam hozir.
Biz ham o'z Faceitga o'tishimiz kerak.
Давай, док. To'rtta o'q. Bitta o'q. Давай. Voy, mana.
Bakalım. Kimdir menga shunday yozdi, o'chirtircha yozgan. Saviki?
O.
Qanaqa VPN bor yaxshi?
Nimaga kompyutergami? Sifon. Psifon.
Aka, o'zingiz tushundingizmi?
VPN'da so'rayapsiz, Psifon VPN deyapman.
Sifonmi?
Psifon.
Ha, Sipxon bo'ldi yozdim.
Oh, jigildi. Bye power follow. Gift eagle deydi.
Men Discord berib chiqaman. Mana Discord.
Discord o'zgarib ketdi. Dragon War.
Oh, balla.
Abi ishlamadi Discord.
Teamni ochaman deb o'ylab qo'ydim.
Boshlanyapti.
Stepped up on map too. Not so much in terms of just raw stats, but you look at the duels against Donk that Maui pointed out are going to be crucial. He actually did a great job of shutting him down sort of mid to late in the first half, right? And that's fine. If you kill Donk and you die,
that's fine.
You're fine. Like, that's a good trade for Faze in that situation. He led the team in opening kills as well. Had some really clean kills on the T side as well, and that was absolutely necessary for Faze clan to get us to Dust 2.
And it's not just about him having to win those duels. He did win quite a few duels over Donk, but it's also, we even saw a round where he gets killed into Donk, and Donk Molly's frozen to death. But the fact that he was able to, even if he dies,
HDMI
immediately. So a lot of the neutralization of his demonic was thanks to Frozen and Robson.
To do it, but now we turn our attention to the deciding map. It's Dust 2. We know historically Team Spirit used to pick this map. It was a map they were always super happy to play on. We've seen them have pop-off performances on Dust 2 here at the major. And so obviously for Faze, this is it now. It's like the tallest of tall orders if you want to complete the miracle run.
This is the map where we saw the turnaround of Faze. We go back to the Fury game. That's where they finally turned it around, being like, yeah, we were not sitting this major playoffs out. We're going to make this happen. And we saw it was Carrigan leading the pack, you know, going for this B hits and whatnot. Everyone waking up, Rain popping off, Brokey showing signs of lives, winning that 2v5 with Robs as well. So I feel like it's not quite done yet. I think Carrigan allowing Dust 2 to be the decider definitely is feeling comfortable here.
But the reason that Spirit have found such consistency on this map is they don't leave anything up to chance. Though when I look back at the stats of just what they run on gun rounds, they almost never rush. In the last 5 maps, they only rush 1 time on a gun round. So, wow, what a romantic moment here. But
here we go. Look away, watching at home.
And thinking though about okay. Oh, she said yes. Yes. I love love.
Bravo.
All right.
A day she will never forget.
Honeymoon in Shanghai. I love it. Okay. Yeah, back to the point though about Spirit, their tendencies. They only have rushed one time on gun rounds in their last 5 times playing Dust 2. They don't try to just play off of spawns. They're always going to be trying to fight for lower B
Final
attack
3
control
kartda bo'lishi
so that they
kerak.
can at least make things a lot more
3
settled.
kartda bo'lmasa
And so
final
it's going
qiziq
to be
bo'lmaydi,
up to
bilasan?
Faze to try to disrupt that, fight off
Prosta
of Catwalk,
bitta komanda
fight into
kinoli
lower
yutib
B.
ketishi
I want to
finalda
see a
qiziq
brawl
bo'lmaydi.
in middle if Faze want to upset Spirit here.
And why would you rush when you have Donk on your team? Look at what happened on Ancient. You play it slow with a hero AK, he delivers you the round with an ace. You take a timeout, and then you decide to rush B, and he just dies running through a smoke. Like, you can do it if he's the 5th guy in that rush. And then he comes into a situation where there's information, and he can keep just trading and getting kills, right? Like, you want to give this guy space to work, and I've talked about him, and Dust 2 is, what? An Opper's Paradise. I don't see how they can win this map if Shiro doesn't step up.
No, 100%. And I think Brokey waking up here, at least on Ancient, is an absolutely great sign for Faze. The only worry for me when it comes to Faze is they like to get aggressive in your face, but sometimes it's a little too much. I remember the one round against Furia when they win the first 2 rounds.
That was a confidence round.
It was too overconfident. And you lose it. You can't do that against Donk. And Rain said it as well. We got a little too overheated. Calm things down a little bit. I think especially for me, Faze's the strongest point for me is their B defense. I love the way they play B. They don't play fully turtle up. They're willing to, take those fights towards mid, Rain towards CT, for example. I think that those mid fights when Spirit try to go for this mid to B takes, that is going to be so pivotal for Faze to win this one.
All right, guys, this is it now. It is going to be the deciding map in the major final. We're about to find out whether Karrigan cements his status as the greatest in-game leader of all time, or whether we're about to enter the Donk era for real. Take it away, guys.
That's right, Richard. One map separates us from crowning a champion. Spirit will start on the CT side, and it's Dust 2. This is designed for the aimers, and there's plenty in the server here, Chad.
Can't wait to sink our teeth into this one. 6th meeting between these two teams this year, 2024 alone, and the first time we will see them lock horns on this very map. Oh, taking the liberty straight to lower tunnels. Donk with the dual Berettas, spotted and drops back. So that is going to be pestering Faze in the back of their mind. They know they'll have to clear out lower tunnels very diligently. Mid-door smoke to land, can't be blocked. Shiro with a nade in hand.
This is destined for damage here, Chaddy. Double. Oh, trouble. Rob's 50. A little less so.
Smoke hasn't landed
Not
perfectly.
perfect. That is a disaster. At least Rain gets up.
Qani nima bo'lyapti? Birinchi raund middan baga o'ynamoqchimi?
Late on it.
Right, well, they will tuck
Short
back.
yuribdi.
Get this cat control in the interim.
A split bo'lyapti. Ikkita long tushda short.
3 through short, blocked for now. Rotation has been allowed. Donk rotating back over to join this A defense, and Chopper's not too far behind.
They managed to pull Magic's away.
58 ekan G'alajon.
The P250 was primed and ready. Through the smoke.
Donk bir. Cowboy slashga menba. $300.
Positioned is Donk, and he delivers and backs it up with destruction. 3 down to the Julies. And Spirit will start off their CT side with a win.
Faze on the ancient pistol T side, they went through the smoke. It worked out this time not to be the case. Donk waiting at the door, denying all of that room. You're thinking because of the info they had along, we're going to take the risk, we're going to jump through. But just mopped up, and you can see Shiro's name there in the feed, that nade, softening them up, making it a whole lot easier. And that's one name you need to say an awful lot of if you're a Spirit fan and you want to see them lift the trophy. Shiro has been relatively quiet over the first 2 maps. Sure, map number 1 wasn't needed. Map number 2, he was absent. Map number 3, he can't go missing. And oh, yeah, Donk, he's just going to run up mid. So disrespecting this quote-unquote eco, Karrigan has a scout and he's pinned in tunnel.
Well, default Karrigan scout.
Not the most idyllic fight for a scout, no less, and maybe he could find Chopper with a quick
Bitta flickdan yedi Chopper.
An hell of a shot from Karrigan, and he'll cut his losses. You'll take that one and fall back to reformat.
This has all happened quite early in the round, still with 1 minute and 20 as they've evacuated tunnels. Now 1 minute and 10, and the scout can continue to work, but you know it's on the board if you're Spirit. So the last thing you want to do is be saying staunch and short and middle to give them attacks. Force these pistols to group up, force Karrigan to
Lupoy chiqqan odam o'ngga qarab chiqadi, chapga qarab chiqmoqchi bo'lsa, qarorchi betdan o'tib ketadi. Betga qaramasdan o'tib ketadi. Shu burchagiga turib olsa deb. O, ko'rdi. Soyasini ko'rdi, soyasini ko'rdi, soyasini ko'rdi.
Donk's on his way.
Magix is going to be able to catch them as they first walk through. Karrigan, easy, comfortable. Donk steals away a double.
Broke, go.
Now with that scout has missed his chance. Had a pop shot. Pressure mounting and being completely surrounded, encircled by Team Spirit.
Voy jala, burilib noskop headshot bersam hozir bile. Rezzal baqirar edi.
So comfortable conversions there, and Donk up to 6. 2 rounds deep.
You can take those eco bashes, won't you? Throw them on this stat line, doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, he doesn't like
Srazu
well with him that Magix is currently
avapa
out
tashlab
front.
berdi Shiroga. Farmilkada 3 tasini urdim deb.
Yeah, we'll see how Dust 2. Magix is in position
Farmil
to
kadaya.
have high traffic, but that's going to depend on the calls and the spawns that are offered up to Faze. Right now, they wanted to head out long. They have Carrigan's Mac 10 to do so. Be a 3-man ace start from Spirit. Flashes at the ready as the corner smoke drops. The deep one's going to obscure the vision. And they're coming out. They're coming.
Whoa. O'rganida longa chiqishdi. Flashkalar bilan.
Shiro's orb is on the prowl.
The gap to work with if they jump into pit. This is big.
Wow, Robs. Demdi burchagiga ochiq edi.
Something and worked with it. Finds Robs in the smoke.
Now they're boxed in. The way back is through this fight into the AK-47.
And Zontic's deliver again. He certainly has a chance and does. Dispatches Carrigan.
Bomb spotted, leaving
Robs
bomb
the back.
rotation on. Donk rotating over to deal with middle. Now aware that B is also a possibility, so rejigging this team Spirit. Now highlighted there by the Obs team, Rain still parked out over towards the platform side, an unknown entity. If Spirit wanted to go for an info play to take this control back, they won't get the answers they're looking for. But they do have this AWP to deal with. Rain needs to get a timing against Shiro, and maybe that's just about to manifest.
Just looked away for a second, comes back to his post. Every time he looks away, every time he averts his gaze, they start to advance and now posted for it, misses his tap. This is his chance, Shiro does as well.
Barrel
spotted, Frozen's a dead man. Starting to accelerate now, rotations on the way from the CT. Shiro has done his job. Magic's now tucks into Gandalf to do his.
Bomb will go down, that's a certainty.
Oh, they've structured the
Bomba
retake.
qo'yilyapti.
Rain up for car in this post plant.
Gandalf borligini biladi. Oy. Short AWP Gandalf, short AWP last.
They are both low. Shiro's USP could be potent. Still time to work with.
Lovligini biladi, o'shancha USP da yuribdi-da.
For the MP9 instead, in lieu of a better weapon.
Tap.
Roki hits a banger.
Knocked him off that top row there. That is a big round for Faze to be able to convert 2v3 situation after Frozen
Check in,
goes
check
down
out.
to Shiro's AWP, but they're on the board 2-1 and a timeout. And we've seen Hallie. He is
Sen tushunmayapsan senlarga hozir Ancient'da aytdim, razmenga o'ynalaring deyapti. Bitta pik qilmalaring deyapti. Hozir Ancient'da men shunga so'kdim senlarda deyapti.
In these type of rounds it's always a little bit more important to have the
Ya
discussion.
u bilan уже normalniy pulini chiqarib bo'ldi.
You have less options available.
Stiker dozidan 1 million bor degan.
Standard openings, it needs to be a little bit more creative, but this opening beautiful. Felt like Zontic's done an awful lot there. The kill on Rob. Don't know what he saw, but he definitely caught a sniff of something. And Brokey and Rain in combination. Great
Voy
shot.
bilan one tap beribdi.
He knew that was the only option for Shiro, trying to close that gap. Great shot.
Well, right now, Faze can win out the financial warfare. Just have to get past a couple of MP9s and M4s. There's U2 in the mix. Going to start with another 3-2 split, but they're going to play Donk through Cat.
Frozen's out.
Frozen başı çıkıt. Perfecto no. Oy. Oh.
Delivers. Removes them both. Calculated aggression. Effortless brilliance.
Qolishi mumkin chunki nimada TT'larga qiyin-da. Hozir mana ikkita B, bitta mid, bitta A o'ynash kerak. Tipa qayga kirsa ham 3 ga 3 otishadi. 5 ga 3 otishmaydi. Ikkita odam kech keladi baribir.
That feels awfully small for Faze, and with so much time on the clock on this smoke that's being
Yoki Shiroga o'xshab push qilib, orqasidan bilib oladi infoni. Katta risk qilib.
Hero has locked the door, finds an upgrade. That flank will be potent. That's if this setup
Default bularga.
even needs their help.
Necha soat o'ynaganda o'ylaysiz?
This range does not expose Rain, but look at the
O men eng kami
with just a scrap of health.
bir voy Frozen clutch. Bir bor. Ayo.
Spirit off the back of the timeout convert.
right, well 9-2 for Dom.
Ichida eng kam o'ynagan Donk bo'lsa kerak, shunda ham 20 mingga yaqin
Multiple
bor.
kills in this round, and those are both very, very impactful in the flow of this first half final map. So the finances now are in the bin. I said Faze could have won that out. Well, the same to be said for Spirit.
Yo. Endi lekin pro arenada
This is the
yurgan.
type of round you have to be converting. Round of 5v3 with the huge advantage, so much time you know exactly where they are or have a very good idea.
He is delivering under the most scrutiny.
Sausage.
Trying to brave the incendiary.
Shot!
On this third and deciding map.
And Rop's yet to find a frag. He woke up on Ancient. He was a force to be reckoned with, the driving factor. And Frozen joined him too.
Ko'rdim. Oh, Magix qo'yaver. Qo'yaveringlar uni o'ynagandan. Oh, 2-1 olsa bo'ladi. Bombani olib ketish kerak to'g'ri. Bombani vashcha neto joyga tushirib qo'yibdi. Bomba o'zida bo'lganda hozir raund olib ketar edi. Bombani tushirib qo'yibdi bilasiz. Ya olar edi. Babular kalashda yuradi-yu.
Some of you feeling like you haven't even got going.
Game's not out of control just yet. Team Spirit don't have a whole lot of residual cash, so this is still well and truly on. We can back and forth. Faze can force Spirit into more of these awkward buys that they seem to be more than capable of coming out on top of. Just reflect on Nuke and their T side.
Shiro is going to be in the right place for this if they do start to early test B. Donk and Shiro.
This type of setup, you're just trying to get the lower tunnel control. Just a variation of the default, right? You can see the molly come in from top mid, the flashes as well, make sure that they aren't pesky playing forward. Now you want to push Chopper back off of shore. He announces his presence with that HE. It's going to be mid-smoke to be... Oh no, it's a flash. I want to fight through middle. Mid to be smoke here from Ray.
Oh, imbayus mu?
Carrigan will contribute one as well to set up the crisscross. This draws a lot of attention, a lot of eyes, and a lot of possibilities.
They are behind it. And Donk wants to brawl. He wants to biff. Takes out Carrigan. No trade available as he dips back for a fresh mag.
Yana bitta flash.
Shiro finding Robs and one by one.
Ulan tek çirizdiğim şov oldu.
Picked apart. Just two remain, Frozen and Brokey with little to work with, just a bit of short control.
Cheat koyuyor
We're going to be trying to spot, get this information safely, and has done so. Trying to close that gap. Finances going to be bolstered by the plant.
Kurmadı short'ta. Short yakın.
Magix makes it so. Good shot from Brokey. Can surely be overrun. More costly perhaps. Nice, but a fifth round for Spirit on their CT side.
And that's the fourth opening duel going in favor of Donk. So that aggression is just paying dividends right now for Team Spirit. This lead extended. Now a buffer of cash build. Just as I was saying, hey, it still could be a little bit wonky, a little bit worrisome while they keep 4 players alive. First tactical timeout. See Neo behind the mouth moving. Previous major winner a decade ago with Virtus Pro. Now donning the coaching hat. He even wore the Faze jersey as a player at one point in time.
Yeah, few teams can boast a coach with more pedigree than that.
Well, now he needs to add to the cabinet in that regard. It's great as a player, but not everybody is cut out for the coaching realm. And the greatest 1.6 players of all time, if not the greatest, it depends on who you talk to in that debate. Let's see if he has something masterful for this partial Faze buy. Knowing the loss bonus will be maxed out into the next, they've just kept that respectable amount of money to facilitate the buy. Brokey making sure that the AWP will not be an issue.
Yeah, I've heard it from FaZe Clan themselves that Neo loves to call these partials. Likes to have a gimmick, come up with something. Top shore, smoke doors.
Spirit will have had that 30 seconds as well, and how they can chip in and help them understand what the finances likely look like at this point if there were any doubts. The setup, like any fear of fights over towards B. Few worries for Zontic short. Faze looking to pipe themselves out short. So the smoke for Brokey and Rops with a flash for Carrigan. That'll be the go.
Range Tech 9 to draw the crosshairs. Try and pull Shiro Zorp away from that frozen Galil.
Well timed. That's gonna, but look at the HEs remaining. Chopper has one, Shiro has one, Zontic, so they're coming through.
They are starting to accelerate. Shiro poised as he collects onto Rain. No trade from him.
Imba granata.
Galil, it's dead. Chopper makes it so. Brokey recovers it. Rob still yet to frag as he's sent to the grave by Donk. 6 for Spirit. Not even slightly threatening.
This next round is where the concerns will really start to ring home for Faze. So the nature of the game, the scoreline looks pretty damning, but yeah, Dust 2, they can still work back in. This is a full buy, great, but it's more about the contributions of the players. 3 for Brokey, 3 for Frozen, 3 for Rain, 2 for Carrigan, 0 for Rops. Right now, nobody is activated, nobody is putting up enough of a fight. This has to change right here, right now, or this could be a quick third map of play. Fast mid control from Carrigan. Brave behind his boosted AWP. Straight down mid, applying pressure immediately with the mid to B smoke. That forces the rotation, the conversation for Spirit of what's possible early. A block onto themselves and even wasted a sentry there. They need to push Shiro back from short. The flash has to be perfect or the swing needs to be wide.
Shiro respects the exchanges. The can of flame. Small map control victory. And the smokes nullify one another. Magic's is holding the push out.
Comeback qilish вообще хуйня.
They actually have Donk anchoring long. Traditionally,
Uni
it is
3 shotdan ham
Magic,
comeback qilib ketish mumkin Dasta. City
putting their heaviest hitter to lock this down.
Zashtada o'ynashga.
Miles away from the action. 40 seconds Faze.
Navi taktika bo'ldi-yu bag'i. Navi taktika bo'lyapti. 20 sekund qolgan yugurib kirish bloga.
Eyes are on Chopper and Zontix to defend their bomb site. Spam from Magic to lend a hand. It's just the two of them up against Faze Clan. Crunching in. Zontix does deliver, removes Frozen, and there's Chopper down to Ron. Ron brings him out. We will see the plant come through. A retake available. Shiro and Orb.
Blades taktikasi bu 20 sekund qolganda yugurib kirish.
Or at least they're not going from the main avenue of approach. They're not going through doors.
They can take their time on this. They can hang around. Faze might get jittery and start to exit, and then there's an avenue in. They're going to have a look.
Opportunity here. Brokey's in the perfect angle to protect Robs. They're searching. They're testing. Finished by Robs. One back. Dog! No! He could do it. It's only Rain.
Oh,
how have they pulled that one off? The answer is Dog. 16 frags in just 8 rounds of play. This is a young man's game. The game is older than he is.
And this is exactly how we started the year, with our jaws on the floor in Katowice. Spirit, we knew this kid was a prospect. He turned into a prodigy, but it's just phenomenal to watch. A thing of beauty, defying what we know and love about Counter-Strike. And as you mentioned, so young, he can only get better. Faze, that was their best opportunity yet for a second.
This is his playground, this is his map. Is it his trophy? Carrigan sits him on his ass for our 9th round of play. It's up to his teammates now. Try and match his output in some capacity. There's Robs. Little glimpse of what he is capable of. Drop up, takes risks. Confirms nothing in upper tons. Keeps moving.
Birinchi marta ko'ryapsiz buni narsani.
Shiro is investigating as well. Orp on his back. Nade looks good for some damage. Great nade.
Bildi jetdaligini arena baqirdi.
Must win round for Faze Clan. A wide open B bomb site. Chopper's flank, however, is starting.
Bilchestaligini bilmayapti.
Too late. Frozen may have even spoken on the has done now.
Frozen ko'rdi. Bo'ldi. Boyagroq push borganini bildi.
ask, is this going to be a save this time round? I feel like the answer has to be yes. A 3v5B retake, that feels like an impossibility unless something given over. Just taking a moment to look at the fact that Donk has started long in quite a few of these rounds. That's something that could be throwing Faze for a bit of a loop. He's traditionally one of the B defenders alongside his Zontix. Hold up, they're still going in. They have smokes. They have smokes and mollies. They're going to go for this late.
They start thinking it's theirs.
They're going for this late.
They think it's guaranteed.
Sakkizni to'g'ri olgandan keyin ham bitta pistoletlarni olsa 8-6 hisobda уже.
Shiro maintains his AWP.
Well, because of the slower rounds,
bitta pistoletga bitta bayosi уже 8-8 o'yin 0 deganida.
Salvage for Faze. They let one slip on a 3v3B retake, sure, but that's their second. Grab a third.
Boris.
Force Spirit into more saves. Try and ice them out. But Donk being more over towards long, I'm curious if Karrigan is going to try and change the game plan midway through the map. That's something that's, right, you're coming into these games and sure, you love it when people throw in a bit of a different flavor. You'd be able to really trip them up, especially at the high level when teams are playing nameplate Counter-Strike. Donk again starting towards A.
His opponent's guessing as to where he'll be, but even if he starts long, he can show up tons and win out the clutch. In that late B retake, doesn't matter where he starts. If he can finish that strongly.
No word of a lie. I'm taking a look right now. I'm short.
Babula deb o'ylayapti. Voy, bila shortda yuribdi.
Donk hearing these footsteps trudging towards short side, blocked by the smoke. Faze Clan have intentions elsewhere, though they can see indicated by the bomb.
8ta to'g'ri ya, biladi.
It's just to keep Spirit guessing.
9ta bo'lganda brilliant way bo'lardi. 8ta to'g'ri bo'ldi menda.
Looks like B is going to be the weakness to hit if Chopper has moved over towards that side of the map and it's a constant alongside of Zontix.
They have to win this duel against Chopper cleanly. His frags can buy time for a rotation. That flash looks good. Chopper. Oh, not blind! Not blind! Rain goes down! Commits to the spray and necessary trade. Breaks through Zontix around the smoke though. An opportunity to disrupt.
Flying from Magic.
Kir! Yo'q, B'ga kir! Yo'q, B'ga kir!
Box loses.
Kir!
Wide open.
He does now.
Bo'ldi, Zontix B'ligini bilasan.
Where the finish is coming from.
Frozen has to live. He can't go down without a kill.
Into the tunnels and Magic's hits it.
Ay, tupoy, o'qimadi.
What are they doing?
Bilasan, Zontix B'da o'ynashini. Zontix midda o'lyapti, kirish kerak edi.
They killed Chopper. He's traditionally the rotator. Zontix left the site. They think they surely must. Donk, he must be over towards B.
It's so smart.
So they try and rotate over. This is really throwing Faze for a bit of a loop.
They're just not ready for Donk to be on A.
Look, we've been saying it, or I've been saying it tournament long. I think he's better suited to that position because of the way that he can use his rifle. I think he's chained on that B site, and right now, Spirit are using him over towards that A site. So Neo, are you taking the time out? Are you addressing that? But it doesn't have to stay that way. There's only 2 rounds left in this half. It's too late to worry about addressing it. You just can't play nameplate Counter-Strike anymore. You need to just follow through with your conviction. Because if you're looking to try and outsmart them, outmaneuver them based off of what you looked at in the prep, it's wrong.
And it's resulted in a mammoth lead on this CT side. Galils for the Faze Clan boys to try and muster up a T side they can work with.
And now he's back over to B.
Keeping them guessing. Keeping them on the back of an enemy timeout. They position Donk back on the B side. So dynamic, our team Spirit here.
They get this short space immediately. We might see them just explode with an execute, even through force utility. Only been able to establish 2 players, so that feels like an likely nature, unless a couple more are able to greet them. Faze, this is a miserable half. 4 is the bare minimum they can get, and they have to fight hard just to get that.
Groundhog Day for Rain. He arrives on short, throws out his smoke, is blocked immediately. Shows along doors presence, Shiro. Attention drawn, Magic's ensuring no pushes through the smoke. Got the minute mark. And Karrigan call his troops into a necessary 3rd round.
Yeah. Yes, man. That's oynamagan odamni o'ylayapsiz.
Obscured by the palm leaves, they won't have a chance to react. He times it right.
Cholla bilan dast to'g'ri ketadi, yaxshi. Takoy. O, imba CTga sakrab tushish.
Straight down to CT. Magic's forced wide by the flame, still takes one. Donk maintains CT control. Rain is there.
Short ga qo'yib yuborish kerak bombani.
Another smoke deployed. Rain trying to mantle up. Donk is on hot.
İşte.
Where you are, he is behind.
Zor o'qida short ga qo'yib yuborsa bo'ladi.
Repositions, but only for a moment. Donk hits it.
Frozen.
Enough to seal the deal.
CT last -50.
Sontic's turn to pull off a 1 versus 3. Frozen noted on long
Frozen
side.
bitta hit yesa bo'ladi.
Gave Zontix an opportunity. Brokey brave to actually go straight for the fight there.
Yeah, converting off the back of that information. Very well done. Clamping down before he can react. So sure, they do get their third. But it feels like they definitely need this.
Shu round beramiz. Undan ko'p yo'q deyapti. 9da olasanlar deyapti.
Tooth and nail, they fight for their third.
Donk turibdi.
Well, discussion's been about Faze wanted to do it the hardest way possible. Vitality into G2 now. Spirit. So to map down your pick, move into enemy territory, have a dominant showing where individuals turned up. Right now, that can't be said. These rounds are having to be scrapped for. Very few multi-kills to report or any of impact. Faze desperately need this 4th round to keep the hopes and dreams alive of Faze clan. Donk is happening again.
Birinchi AWP atakaga 12 round.
Fighting through the long smoke this time. Carrigan's going to get greeted with a long.
Carrigan. Bir bor.
Two MP9s unload their mags at him. Six takes up upper B control. Valuable asset for the team spirit information.
They're in backyard, not going lower tunnels, so they are aware that it's a possibility. But Donk is the man to defend against it.
This time he is here.
Carrigan o'qimayapti lekin.
All of this space. We still have a minute on the clock and he's already entrenched in T-spawn.
Bir yarim.
Problems for Faze. U2 light. They need to hit some big shots. Upper tunnel's now blocked. Donk aware that multiple fronts of fights are on his table.
Nega bilmaysiz? Matematika bilasizmi? Qanday anig'ini bilmaysizmi? Turibdi yo'q desa. Hop, hozir necha? Qada nimaligini bilasizmi o'zi? Nima?
Long way round gets to Carrigan.
Donk's heard.
Yeah, Donk and Robs. Cheeking it out.
Why Robs?
But at what cost? 9 HP. And a teammate with an MP9 in this final round of the half. Nothing's impossible when Donk's in the server, but this one, it's most definitely improbable.
Qanday hisoblayapsiz?
Brokey's all ready for the smoke push. Zontix.
Hop, qanday hisoblayapsiz hozir qadani?
It's for a recovery of sorts. 3.
Hop, to'rmi shu?
4 rounds of that half, just to give Faze Clan something.
Yo, 18 to'rligida to'rga dedi deysiz, rovna. To'r bo'ladimi? Matematika joyidami?
Things started to feel quite hollow, but it is recovered, it's salvaged, but is it enough? First pistol round of this one went in favor of Spirit. Faze need to do the same. A minute to sit, to ponder, to have the coach's message hit your ears, to take a look around, to realize where you are, the 21st major, the first in China, and history to be made on either side of the server. Question marks after the start of the year with the performance from Donk in Katowice. Is he going to be able to do that again? Is he going to be able to keep that up? Well, he's been a force all year long. And saved again one of his best performances until these final throws, these final moments, and he's delivering once more. It was a laboured first half and a team-based first half. Nobody stepping up and individually putting on a show for Faze. With their CT side, we'll see Carrigan anchoring long. Rain is the rotating rifler. Brokey with the AWP. And the B setup of Frozen and Rops. This game's far from over.
Especially the depending on the winner of this pistol.
Nijniy Chomkadagi cowboy.
Boosting up range to provide a
Uy, 3 kishilar Nijniy Chomkani qabul qilib oladi hozir.
Donk's Glock. Multiple fights as he swings, trying to bait these shots, trying to confirm the presence of Frozen. Rain readies his aim.
Ko'rdi bir-birini.
Buckled. Oh, instant
deletion
of Donk. Does not let off the gas, and now dual Berettas fall into his hands. So consistent.
If Robs goes back a plat and they be-execute, Magix has a molly for exactly this.
Oh, it's perfectly designed. They've got everything they need, Chad. Every single thing they need.
When the pixel shows, Robs has to hit the shots. He can't allow him to throw that from cover. He's going to be in so much trouble.
It has to be perfect. His crosshair placement has to
Ikkita headshot bersa hozir Robs.
100% perfect for this first click.
Qani bir Zontix.
Confirms his suspicions. Molotov destined for Rob. Can he hit one? Can he hit a shot?
Zo'r bitta yo'q.
Zo'r. And he does click the first.
Rain ham bitta berdi, 3-2. Olsa bo'ladi.
Miles away, but on their way, Brokey and Carrigan. There's a flash for this. He's going fast.
He's going quick, straight through the window. Brokey.
Minus bomba.
And so Carrigan
Hina
demands a
yaptı.
clutch. His legacy demands a clutch. Can't hit the first. Zontix defending.
Qo'ymadi bombani, qo'ya olmadi.
Carrigan's position noted. Youth versus experience. An impossible clutch now. Chopper's position's just too much to handle. He'd have to miss every shot, and Zontix does it. A triple kill from Zontix. It's Donk that starts, Zontix that dunks. Now what?
How many pistol rounds is Donk going to have impact on? It's insane. I know in that situation he just gets that one kill in towards lower, but he's not even worried. Like Rain's not providing any cover.
Robs agar ikkitasini berib qo'yganda o'sha round tugardi.
Rain could have really activated there, gets the first, but can't find the follow-up. And then as you mentioned for Carrigan, that's such a tough retake. And now 10, destined for Team Spirit. Just a couple of HEs thrown into long to deal with an early Inquisition. A flash for Rain to enable something mid-round. But it's just the pistols.
Carrigan and Frozen stretching their legs up mid. Chopper's got the perfect weapon to tend to this and confirms trunching up towards the palm. Chopper reveals himself, so messy.
Hozir Nijniyda bittasi o'ladi.
Carrigan down, Rain just the one with his USB. Farming him up.
Degani urdi, suicide degani.
And Zontix even spots this one out for a clean one tap of his own. 3 rounds.
And it's around the full boy.
Rounds. It's going to be bouncing around in their head every time they touch tab. 3 rounds is all Spirit need.
This map's given flavors of Nuke, how this series started. Faze were able to start battling back in, but every time they broke them or felt like they had them right where they wanted them, they lost the follow-up. They couldn't get those consecutive rounds. They don't have that same luxury. This is map number 3. This is the decider. This is not the start of the series. This has to be converted right here, right now. The loss bonus is just the start of the game. 2,900 into the next. This is going to get away from them so quickly. Faze are down in the dumps. They need one of those classic Faze moments. Everybody doubted them coming into this. Their form. It was not what everybody expected with the name.
Yani abon telefondan kirdim.
The playoffs is where they found themselves. But have they lost another final back-to-back?
Donk in his comfort zone.
He could just walk out and take a duel onto 8. It's Brokey having to tend with this with the rifle. This is not a fun fight. He's playing for information more than a duel.
What?
Can he be on a major grand final stage? And he's playing his game his way. Changing the way this game is played.
Have to play retake A.
Proactive. Starts to move in. Up towards the ramp. Perhaps overlooked. There's Donk in the feed. Problem for Faze Clan. They needed this one. They needed it. Optics and Donk taken away from them.
Robs uyg'onmadi oxirgi kartaga. Oh.
And this man on your screen has not been able to impose his will. Like we saw against G2, like we saw against Vitality, like we saw on Ancient. 4 kills to his name. Nobody from Faze being able to get things underway, but he has been the driving factor, the driving force to their victories, to get them into the playoffs, to get them into the grand final.
This is like nothing we've ever seen. performance like this against a team that have slayed so many
Svetken
demons
nima
on
qildi?
this playoff path.
Yeah. Sizlar tarafta o'chmaydi
Yeah,
o'ylam.
this dragon now stands on the precipice of legacy.
Bizda vokzalda ham
Third and
o'chgani
final
yo'q.
timeout
Qo'yavering.
called. Last moment for Faze. The money, I don't feel it's there to justify the force. But your option is hand over the 12th and have to go on an 8-round run just to force overtime. Team Spirit have Faze right where they want them. Second major ever for Donk and Zontix, and they are just 2 rounds away from lifting that coveted trophy.
On their second time of asking. Just some armored pistols stand in their way of a 12th.
Started Rops over towards A, so he can be a little bit more active. Doesn't have to worry about bunkering down towards that B site. But the call from Spirit will dictate whether or not he gets to play. Send him out to search long, trying to deal with that anchor player, but nobody's home, nobody's tending to it whatsoever. Chopper's a little bit pacier here. They might find themselves chasing tails, chasing ghosts. Magic tending to this now.
Where do they draw the line? On that long aggress, Rain parks close to the doors. Donk throws out the nade, destined for Brokey. Safe from it on the ramp side. Utility pressure applied. Rop's rifle, their best and only hope. Intermittently spotting on that cross. Brokey to be the beacon of information. Vanguard smokes, headshot found, Rob's the first, a second, takes down Donk, delivers, gives Faze something to work with, still absolutely not a certainty. What's the pivot?
Into B away
Uyg'onsa hali ham comeback borishi
Into the
mumkin.
5-7 of Carrigan, he has to find something here. There's a little bit of aggression, the flashbang's good, spotted out one, now from behind, Rain tides his time, it does convert, Giro's gone. Swinging into Zontix. Faze.
İşte Rops.
The legs have been broken, he hears it. Scavenging away what rifles they can. As Faze live to fight another day, round 16 is theirs. And Rain secures it.
Rops uyg'onsa hali ham olib ketishi mumkin.
Still smiles on the faces. They like the way that one felt. Rops in the position to deliver, and he does. Just as we were discussing, the lack of ability in this map to be able to impose his will. Plays over towards A with that saved rifle, gets 2 key kills, and sets it spiraling for Spirit. But again, what else do they have to offer? What else do they have to deliver? This just feels dire at this point. It's such a long way back. The amount of rounds necessary.
It has to be perfect.
Tegmadi baba.
But against Donk, even perfect is not good enough. Smoke buys time. 4 players occupy long for Spirit.
Look at that open a pit. I'm sure it can contend with anybody trying to look for information top site. Just sit back and cover as his teammates scale up. Replenishment of the cross smoke and playing retake again our Faze. This is going to get tough.
Pushing on in. Already got the site under control as soon as Carrigan
Eh,
gets caught
ana
jumping.
balo bormidi sakrab deydigan odamga.
Forces Brokey away. Molotov seals their fate. Another
Yeah.
fix. Keeping his form on this major grand final stage. Keeping up with
Oh,
Donk,
Rops
keeping the
uyg'onmadi bu
impact
kartaga.
rates flowing.
You've got to save. That's 12. Right there, Team Spirit. 2 kills into the A site. Both from Magic. That secures the 12th round. You know you have Faze right where you want them. You started the year with a win over this team to announce your presence into Tier 1. To show that you're the real deal, a true threat, and you have the best player in Counter-Strike on your team. And right now, you just need 5 more kills. And you will be the champions here in Shanghai. This has been a month-long venture. RMRs into opening, into elimination, all done here in Shanghai. And the playoffs, the grand final, it lays in front of them everything they dreamed for, everything that they have thought about this whole year long can be converted right here, right now in 5 kills time.
It cannot be understated. There are teens in Shanghai wearing your nickname on the jersey of the team you play for. As a Siberian team, dedicating his life to the game, 1 round away, 5 kills. Rops tries aggression.
Полный закрытый защита.
Flashed away, thinks twice. Is this another grand final? With head in hand as confetti falls for Carrigan and Co. This
Oh,
shot from the
kurde.
AWP. Spirits approach direct through mid. Donk, the spearhead of this assault. And he's opened it up.
Ana
Just
bo'ldi.
4 frags now, 4 clicks of his mouse. On his
Oh.
second time of asking, Brokey fights back onto Chopper. Taking his head to head.
Oh, Broki, блядь.
Right through the smoke, does not give up. Dix and Shearer getting active, bomb loose.
Oh.
Brokey pushing the smoke, they want to fight for this now, and it's cost him.
Shiro в потоке.
Down, it's still Brokey's round, and Carrigan commits to the spray, gets there eventually. Faze Clan live on.
Touch and go, I think, is
Robs'da ham
one
undan
way
kam.
to frame this, but it is sketchy
Robs
as
bitta
hell for
kill
Faze
qilsa
out there right now.
30 kill qilaveradi-yu. Prosta qo'li kelmayapti.
You touched on it. This is the 4th major grand final for Carrigan and Rain side by side.
Broki midda yopibdi-da
This could be
hozir.
the 3rd time they feel that agonizing heartbreak of yet another loss. And 2 in 1 year, that's enough to break any man.
First on home soil,
Iloji bor.
and then when no one believed you'd even be there with a chance.
Iloji bor baribir.
You've run through a
Chunki Zashtada o'ynayapti-yu. Prosta Faze Zashtada o'ynayapti-da, Zashda oson.
But now you need 6 consecutive rounds, 7. Just to survive, just to see overtime.
This was the problem that happened on Nuke, unable to convert where you had Spirit in a position to break them financially. Again, they're there. You retain the double orbs. And Orgon Carrigan, he's starting to show some worrying signs with the aim.
Luck again, does Robs on the start. Magix wants to go for a lane long pop. Straight in. Carrigan starts to unload.
Kerrigan out.
Ahead of Magix. And it's Rain that builds around as well. Removing Donk onto just 1, keeps him hot ball.
Robs voобще ushlab oldi.
Shiro on the cross back.
Endi eko bo'ladi hozir.
Tomtic steps in to try and isolate a duel here onto Frozen, gets spotted out, chipped away at. Advances. Knows it hinges on him. A jump spot confirms Frozen's presence. Ahead to head. Frozen comes to win. His teammates there to mop up the pieces. Rob's last seen mid. Posts on the York. Chopper with one of his own. Smoke on the doors limits his options.
Давай.
Top should seal the deal of a plant. Tontix goes looking for more. It's Rain, ready for this one, and delivers. Can Chopper do anything with this one? Surely not.
Peki canım, sensin.
Not his weapon, not his time.
I see there from Frozen as well over towards B. They get that smoke, they smoke off the doors. Chopper has utility as well. They get in and they plant that bomb. So giving them a bit of a luxury considering how well that one started with the trades over towards Long to kick things off. That bomb going down means that they can still be threatening with their purchases if they ever so choose. 2,400 is the loss into the next.
Really important trade out of Rain there.
Yeah, and Rops as well, shutting the door on the rotation back. Just there's no expectation of it all to be pushed up mid and around like that, but you can see they have been able to pick their poison and pistols, and it's Tech 9 for Spirit, and they're heading over towards B.
They know they've got double orbs. Could be punishable.
The rotation is absolutely miles away. It has to be Frozen, it has to be Rops. These two have to lock it down, there's no question about it. Lurk Smoke will draw the Rifler in close. Does it? Frozen. Ping back, playing outside of the side.
Facto
So
osilib
pressure
chiqdi.
on Rops with the AWP. Here are the smoke, nothing found. Here they come.
Oh, they're about to explode. Robs must hit some shots here. Just to survive.
Robs.
Holding on for the first. Gets the double. Donk's alive. That's a problem. Robs to the back of the smoke and is spammed away at trying to hide in plain sight on the bomb site. Looks good. Brokey delivers. Shiro on the flank tries to finish it off, and Brokey doesn't go down without a fight on the P250.
Man. Abonsizmi bo'lmasa man. O'zi ovozida farq qilmayapti. Yarasab turib man.
Kills from Frozen there gets the double while they're focused on Rob's back to the side. But still, that was
Вообще, investment. Без шума подавления.
Chopper's invested right now into a Mac 10. Could have opted for a Galil, would have been lighter on with Util. I'm curious if that's telling of the play that the in-game leader wants to make. Against Mouse, did some out-of-the-box plays that caught them off guard on map number 3, Mirage. They're going towards the B site with heavy resources.
Qancha ovozishda o'rganib qolgansizlarda.
Chopper just noisy, so using himself as that piece to potentially be traded. Has Donk right behind him for exactly that.
Robs TMK'si. Qo'yjala. Просто 25 minus berib qo'ydi. Granat otgan o'tib ketaveradi.
Chopper pulls the crosshairs. Donk delivers around. Time after time, we've seen it. And this round is for their major.
Takansa bani qiynayapti.
Very worried about the mid to be currently.
Hozirgi raundda yutsa 10-12 bo'ladi. Chunki keyingisi Eko.
Good shot at converting.
That lurk smoke's a little bit shallow.
Every round could be FaZe Clan's last. Frozen doesn't seem to think it's this one. Neither does Robs. Hold on.
Robs AWP'sini chiqardi. Robs AWP'sini chiqardi. Robsmi bu sekretni taktikasida bulardi. Robs ikkinchi AWP komandadagi.
Dust 2, massive lead.
Ya masalan, zashitniy bo'ladi-yu, atakaga borsa ham atakada yaxshi otishib keladi. Futbolda shunaqangi odamda bu.
Eliminated Liquid and their major hopes and dreams. Right now they will have to wait a round longer. But look at what he's hoping to save.
12-9, 12-10 уже. Over bo'lsa vashi o'yin qiziq bo'ladi. 3ta karta, 3-karta overtime. Wow, what это final.
He might not get to hold on to it.
Gets Carrigan down, and now they know his position, so the hunt is on. Time should get away with it. Brokey's not forcing the issue. Normal Rain, unable to make it there in time. Magic springs it through. And immediately, Kevlar helmet and the AK drop. But so frequently we have seen this hero.
Aqiyinda, uch kishi o'ynaydi-yu.
And it's absurd how often he actually converts.
Take a look, he doesn't have the best spawn in the world, so they can't just try and send him out long on that first timing.
Get the Echo.
So much responsibility on his shoulders at such a young age, yet he doesn't seem to buckle.
Echo.
We would be remiss to say there's no pressure in a round like this, but it's almost a free swing. Next round they will be buying, so whatever he can get done.
Oh, kurda pikseldi.
Back 10 on Chopper as well. To try and pull the crosshairs away, as we've discussed. They mantle up.
Short o'ynayapti endi 3 kishi.
Getting into Brokey's.
Bir-birini hit berib qo'yish yo'q. Orqadagilar otmay turinglar.
No smoke to block. It's just
ikkita otishinglar.
Frozen and Carrigan can lend a hand, but Brokey.
Hozir bittasi City sakrab yuboradi. Chopper City sakrab yuboradi.
Flash is good. Gets down.
Shitdi. Shitdi. Lekin Frozen живой bu yerda. Oh, Brokey! Vas to'qiydi. Oh, 2-2.
This is everything. Donk on the hero rifle, Shiro cowering at the car with 4 HP.
Shiro AWP olmadda, bilad, kalash ko'tarib oldi.
Controlling it now, Rob's approaching with just the AWP. It's not good. Rain has to do a lot here from short. Time is ticking. Can FaZe Clan fight to see another round?
Robs.
Shiro and Donk ruin their dreams. Rain doesn't seem to think so much. Shiro
Yugurdi bombaga. Bomba zakriti.
can't hit it. On the cross. Oh my god, it comes down to that.
Imba. Kanagan bilan boshlandi. Aytdim, overtime'ga balet qilyapman deb. Ha, tekinga.
Two more for overtime.
One man with one AK and the amount that Spirit
Da branya bilan
to derive
sepchi tekin.
from his presence, his impact. They almost had the major right there and then, and what better way to have got it done?
Oops.
Double or pick mid. They are
İşte AWP pick qildi.
Spirit now.
Shiro has to watch as this 4v5 transpires. Magic's actually picks up that AWP. Perhaps they're going to overlook the possibility of a late repeat from T-side AWP. Util mid. This shot. Brokey tries to
Biz
wall
cho'ngroq otganda tegarada ham.
Rain, the rock of Faze. Maintains control of middle.
Ko'rdi top mid. Magic AWP'ni.
Magic's posted.
Nimaga ikkinchi dim tashab? Tushundilaringmi? Ikkita dim tursa, dim balandroq turadi. Top middagi odam AWP'da ko'rmaydi buni pastda turganini. Ikkita dim tushsa bitta joyga, ikkinchi dim, qarochi birinchi dimni balandroq qilib qo'yadi. Kirmaslik kerak edi o'zi. Magic AWP. Nervi. Short bitta ishdi. Zontix. Robs! Nima Robs bilan? Sakrab через dim noskop berib qo'ydi. Robs bilan. Robs! Overtime! Overtime! Eko hozir Spiritda. What? Ахуеть! Ахуеть, Robs!
They had the number advantage. 2 on 4. This one right here. Jumping.
Suka! Nima berdi? Robs uyg'ondi. Aytdim-a, Robs uyg'onsa comeback qiladi deb. Abo uyg'onmay turarsan deb turadi.
But on the 24th, Spirit have formally recovered.
Robs.
30 kills for Donk, 21 for Magic. The two putting in a shift.
Vay bala, Robs.
Faze have had to work so hard for the rounds they've been able to convert. They've come this far, but is it all for naught?
Vay bala. O'sha joyda Robs kill bermaganda o'sha round ola olmas edi. U dim tushmadi. Dim tepaga tushish kerak edi. Bir, ikki. Bombani ko'rdi. Bitta chomkani ko'rdi, bitta kirganini bildi. 3-3 bir retake. 3-3 bir retake.
Once again within reach
Oy,
of closing it out in the final round of regulation.
Robs o'ldi.
Carrigan, Rain, Brokey fighting for overtime. Zontix has to pick his moment, find his shot, and he has struck brilliantly onto Rain. It's collapsing around them. Carrigan and Brokey
Birga bir.
comes down to the 1v1. It's overtime.
Wow, bala. Sal qoldi. Sal qoldi. Gap yo'q. Uchinchi karta. Voy bala. Qo'ye.
We started the year with Spirit taking down Faze, with this team announcing their presence in global Counter-Strike, and we finish 2024 with this kid, with this monster and this team lifting the major trophy.
And what a way to do it. 6 rounds, 6 opportunities, and on the 7th,
elation on one side, heartbreak on the other, as they wait to shake hands. The 4th time that Carrigan and Rain have to feel getting to a major, but missing it. 4 attempts, 1 victory, 3 losses for Spirit. The second
Sразу orqaga birasot Boris turibdi, mana. Mabodo san yoniga kelsam orqinda turibman. Qo'rqma, do'xti berma deyapti.
Shiro brought in. Absolute despair from Cloud9. Finds himself on the team that can help him do what he's only dreamed of.
It's not a dream anymore. Magix, what a performance he should be proud of.
Kubokka ketyapti, qani?
We witnessed this genesis in Kanalimizga. A revelation in Shanghai. Team Spirit assemble on the front of the stage. The end of the year as they started it.
Trener aytdi, ko'tariladi.
It is the year of the dragon after all. Your perfect world, Shanghai Major Champions, Team Spirit!
Yo'q. Ya, chiqancha bo'lmaydi. Turnirda o'zidan chiqancha olmaydi. No. Ves, ha, organizatsiya uni yarmidan oladi adashmasam.
Scenes right there. Counter-Strike does not care about lazy narratives. It doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care about fan favorites. It cares about only one thing: who is better on the day. And it was Team Spirit, and in particular, Donk, the phenom, the prodigious talent, has done it. He has propelled his team, his lineup, to major glory.
Unprecedented. The meteoric rise of Donk is simply spellbinding. What he has done here, what he has accomplished, is the best individual performance in major history. He outshone Simple in Stockholm with this one. He was better than Coldzera in 2016. This is unbelievable. Leading from the front to get 30 kills in the final map of your rookie season in the major when all of it is on the line. Unreal.
Counter-Strike has never seen anything like this in its 20-plus year long history, and I mean, you mentioned some names there, Maui. Even Zyro in Paris, who played against plumbers and carpenters, right? He even topped that level of performance. I mean, it's just outstanding. The year started with Spirit lifting a trophy. It started with Donk matching Nico's record in terms of rating at LAN tournaments, even though it was way more difficult for Donk to achieve that. More maps, better teams, bigger arena, and it ends with a signature Donk performance.
It's overdrive.
Right, we're going to go live and hear from Team Spirit now.
Boss.
The emotions are high.
Vay soka.
It is a very special moment.
Yig'lamay qolsin qo'ydi endi.
Sizam yig'laysiz-da.
Ana to'pram yig'layapti diyor.
再一次恭喜 Team Spirit。Chopper， 你从2019年就在 Team Spirit 了，你是队内的主心骨。从今年开始，你们的战绩突飞猛进，终于冲到了 Major， 捧起了奖杯。请问现在的你心情感受是怎么样的？
Вы в 2019 году уже в Team Spirit. Как таково выиграть этот титул?
Я мечтал выиграть этот турнир. Я очень много лет... Это моя цель, наверное, всей жизни была, чтобы доказать самому себе. И я очень благодарен всей команде, как они тащили, что они делали. Все организации, всем вокруг я невероятно благодарен. Спасибо всем болельщикам, а также спасибо моей жене, без нее этого бы еще ничего бы не было, и этот кубок, ну, этот результат, это для тебя, Ларис.
首先感谢各位观众们能支持我们，然后我的从小的梦想就是夺得 Major 冠军，然后今天终于实现了，然后也感谢我的战队，然后再感谢我的妻子，因为她一直支持我，所以说谢谢 Larissa。
Shiro， 自告奋勇，接下来该我了。Shiro， 这是你职业生涯的第5个 Major。 和 Team Spirit 一起捧起这个奖杯，对你来说意味着什么？
Tursiz o'rtada translator turibdi.
Выиграть с Team Spirit'ом, как тебе такого?
Я очень счастлив, потому что мы выиграли первую карту, мне было нормально, а потом вторая игра, я не знаю, то ли много эмоций отдал на публику как-то, и мы выиграли очень тяжелую игру на первой карте, и потом мне было именно тяжеловато. Моя команда просто подбодрила, мы проиграли эншот, моя команда вся подбодрила меня, я с последними силами собрался на дасте, помогал как мог. Ну, то есть, такое бывает. Я очень счастлив выиграть в этой организации этот мажор, потому что для меня мечта была всегда мажор. Я проиграл АИМ Рио, так в четвертьфинале мы узам, а теперь я выигрываю мажор в Шанхае, в Китае, с отличной публикой, которая болела за Даню, болела за нас как команду. Мне очень приятно. И я хочу сказать, что толпа тут просто супер.
首先，我很高兴我能赢得 Major， 然后图1的时候我发挥的还不错，但是在图2的时候我发挥的不是很好。后来我在图3的时候，我跟我的队友就是打的越打越好。然后我很遗憾的是在 Rio 的时候我没有能拿到冠军，但是能在中国在这么好的范围之内有这么好的观众支持我们，我觉得我很高兴，我很。
让我们把掌声、欢呼声送给2位选手。接下来我们要问一下教练
Harry。
He's busy
我们要问一下他在给谁发消息？这个喜悦的消息，他第一时间分享给的是谁？可以问一下吗？
Кому ты только что писал сообщение? Это не секрет.
Писал сообщение девушке?
我给我女朋友发消息了。
当然了，这一把狗粮。我们来问一下海里，作为教练，你曾经带领 Team Spirit 的青训队，现在你在 Team Spirit 这支队伍带领他们夺得了 Major 的冠军，你是什么样的感受？
Вы сначала были в Team Spirit Академии, теперь вы с Team Spirit выиграли этот чемпионат. Как тебе? Как тебе то, что вы выиграли с Team Spirit чемпионат?
Знаете, я не мог себе такого представить, потому что в декабре, когда мы сделали одну замену, и к нам присоединился Дима, мы ставили перед собой цель прогрессировать от турнира к турниру и выходить в плей-оффы. А сейчас мы выиграли 3 титула за год крупных. И сложно было это представить. Я счастлив, действительно. При этом я понимаю, что у нас молодая команда. И дальше мы будем еще сильнее.
首先从一开始我没有想到我们能走到这一步，然后Shiro 进入 Spirit 之后，我们想是一点一点、一步一步的夺得更重要的比赛的冠军，但是没想到我们连着拿了三个冠军，所以说我很高兴。
最重要的消息，最喜悦的消息，当然要分享给最爱的人和家人。接下来我们把舞台留给3位队友和 Banks。
Magics, it seemed like you came into today's game and said, "There's no way I'm losing this grand final." You just woke up today and chose violence?
Yeah.
Banks 问他说：“你今天简直是太神勇了，是不是你早上起来就跟自己默默地说，我今天一定要发挥出我的全部火力？”然后他说：“对的。”
Now, you also just became a major champion. Your whole team was celebrating. You stood there and looked at the PC a little longer. What emotions are you feeling?
Okay, I'm not answering all that shit.
Okay.
All I want to say is, Overdrive, I love you!
Dong. This crowd loves you, and you just became the youngest ever major winner. You've had the most incredible rookie year of any player in Counter-Strike history. What do you want to say?
I love fans. That's it. I don't know what to say. If it's possible, I want to say thanks to my organization and my close friends who supported me. Without them, I won't be here for sure. And 21, 21, 21.
刚刚 Banks 问他说：“作为最年轻的获得 Major 冠军的选手，你今天的表现非常的亮眼。你有什么想要说的吗？”然后 Dunk 说：“我就是享受比赛，我有在这里，在这个舞台上，我有我的朋友们的支持，还有粉丝们的支持，不管是来自家乡里的，还是在现场所有支持我们的粉丝。最后就是想跟大家说谢谢，谢谢，爱你们。”
Zontix, you've been very open and honest all year about the team's struggles, the development, what you guys have been through. Is it all worth it now that you lift that major trophy?
Pretty obvious. Yeah.
What emotions do you feel though? Is there something there now?
Of course there's something to win because you can always win more, and I don't think one major is enough when you're playing your first year on the pro scene. Like, I know I'm getting carried by Dong, but whatever, I think I can win more. And I'm just glad I'm here playing with these guys.
Officer.
I have this organization, coach, everyone. Like, everyone is just doing their job and it works. And I'm just glad I'm playing for Team Spirit. I think it couldn't, like, I couldn't be in a better organization with better players. I don't know. I just love everyone in this organization, and I want to say thanks to everyone, to my family, and that's it.
Beautiful.
Banks 刚刚问他说，之前我们的聊天当中，你有提到过，在这一年 Spirit 有很多起起伏伏，然后你们也曾经面临过很多的挑战和困难。那现在举起 Major 的奖杯，你有什么想说的？他说，很明显，我很高兴。我这一年确实经历了很多。作为第一年打职业选手的，你就能赢得 Major， 这是很美妙的一件事情。但是一个 Major 的冠军是远远不够的。我会把目标放在未来更多的比赛、更多的奖杯上面。我当然知道这个 Major 是 Dunk carry 我们赢下来的。当然我也要感谢我所有的队友，我要感谢我的教练，感谢我身边和我一起打赢这场比赛的人，而且我也要感谢我们的队伍 Team Spirit， 他们给了我们很多的支持。我想不到更多更好的词来形容，我找不到更好的队伍去加入 Team Spirit， 这里就是我最想待的地方。
And we have one last word. Shiro, you said you got something to say in English, so what you got for me?
Yes, right. Yeah, I can't. I need to say unbanned travel. He's just tell me if I win wager, I need to say with a crowd, and after I can say my fans, fans for Donk, fans for Team Spirit. I love you guys. It's so big emotions then I playing in crowd and you supporting for us, and so good for me. And thank you my parents. He's watching in major. He's all time telling for me, you just win final. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And my girlfriend, thank you for supporting me. I love you.
刚刚 Shiro 在接受完我们俄语的采访之后，又想用英语再表达一下自己对所有支持他的家人、粉丝、朋友们的关心和对他的支持，特别是他的女朋友，然后也在镜头前对女朋友表白，而且他也说了，他说这一年对我们来说确实非常的不容易，我们今天能赢下这个 Major， 这一年终于是一个圆满的句号，这个旅程终于可以结束了，但是他们还是会在未来的比赛当中继续努力，为大家奉献出精彩的比赛。好，那么接下来还有一个隐藏的奖项，我们要颁发给17岁的插兜少年 Donk。恭喜 Donk 获得了我们本次赛事的 MVP。好，那么他将获得由英伟达提供的赛事定制主题 GeForce 主机以及爱公迅猛龙赛事同款显示器各一台。这台主机搭载了与 Major 2024比赛及训练用机一样的 GeForce RTX 4080 Super 显卡，无论是外观还是硬件配置，都可以称之为是 CS 玩家的梦中情机了。恭喜 Donk 获得了 MVP 的奖杯。
他说这个东西很重，他一个人应该拿不了。
当然不是让他在这里抬起来 ，No you don't need to lift it up no， 你不用在这里把它拿起来，但是这个是你的。
Это для тебя, если что, можешь пока не забирать。
一说不用拿起来，他马上就接受了，对不对？啊，那么也有请 Donk 在我们的主机箱上面签下他的游戏 ID。
Сможешь тут подписаться, расписаться？
Yozmayapti-yu. Qorada yozibdi.
最后一个问题，想问一下 Donk， 作为最年轻的夺得 Major 冠军的选手，最年轻的 MVP， 或许也是最年轻的 Top One， 他有什么样的获奖感言？
Как такое чувство чувствовать себя топ-1?
I don't care.
我不在意。
我不在意。年仅17岁，未来可期，这就是强者的风范。
Shanghai, you have been an incredible crowd, making history here at the Major. So please, make some noise one final time for your MVP, Donk, and the champions of the perfect world, Shanghai Major Team Spirit!
感谢所有的观众，感谢一路陪伴我们比赛的所有的观众和选手。那我们上海2024 Major 到这里就要全部结束了，明年 CAC 上海再见。最后把掌声和欢呼声送给 Team Spirit。
And there you have it, Team Spirit picking up their first major, Donk with the major MVP just to cap it all off. Couldn't really be anyone else, could it?
I mean, considering this is the first chapter in what will be, I'm sure, a tome of...
Endi obnovlik qiladi.